couldn't have come at a time that was more needed. The Bulls now back at home on home ice for a pair against the Macon Mayhem really is the story of this season thus far. How important is this pair of games? Well, Macon and Birmingham find themselves tied in the standings with 17 points each. And with Macon having played 3 fewer games than the Bulls, anything less than 2 wins in regulation will feel hollow and set the Bulls back even further. A pair of wins by the Bulls will put us 4 points ahead of Macon in the chase to overtake Quad City in the playoff hunt. Any points the Bulls surrender to Macon create a large hurdle for us to jump, considering the 3 games in hand Macon has. In the last 2 games, the Bulls were able to do something that has only been done 3 times this season, scoring 4 or more goals in a game. Birmingham won in Roanoke last Saturday night by a score of 6-5, then came from behind to beat Pensacola 4-3 down at the beach. Birmingham overcame a 2-0 deficit, scoring 4 of the last 5 goals of the game in Pensacola, including the game winner with just 9 seconds into overtime. Now, while those 2 wins were very important, it sheds light on the fact that both wins were in overtime. Birmingham still has only 1 regulation win all season long as the calendar gets set to turn to 2026. Jody Chernesky here once again, joined by former Bulls goalie Greg Dreveny. And Greg, these 2 games with Macon essentially are 4-point games each, which means this is an 8-point weekend between the Bulls and Macon. But if we don't find a way to win and win in regulation, it's not really going to be a huge benefit for the Bulls. We have to keep Macon from getting any standings points tonight and tomorrow night.
Definitely, Jody, and the stage is set tonight for a big one where both teams, you mentioned it, the Bulls coming in, they've got 2 wins under their belt in their last 2 games, and Macon, they're coming in with 2 wins as well. They're coming on the road with victories against Evansville and Roanoke. So with the standings sitting the way that they sit, with the Bulls in technically 10th spot at 17 points and Macon in 9th place with 17 points, they're both chasing Quad City, right, who has 20 points. But you talk about these next 2 games being 8 points in the standings when you're talking about 2 teams being neck and neck with each other. Definitely sets up a huge, and you said it before in the pregame when we were talking before the show, this is somebody's season on the line in the next 2 games.
There's no doubt. If you sweep these 2 games, no matter who you are, Macon or Birmingham, you're at least looking at somebody well behind you in the rearview mirror as you're going after Quad City, as well as maybe even Fayetteville. It's a long way to go before the season's over with, Greg, but let's just be honest. 2025 is come and gone, and we need some things positive to happen as far as the Bulls are concerned in regulation. I can't stress enough just how frustrating it is to win a game, but yet you give a point away while you win a game to someone you're playing. It's asinine, but nonetheless, that's the way it is.
Oh, 100%. And you can even see it for those fans that watched on Flow Sports and the Bulls when they were in Pensacola, Jody. It's like, getting up a couple goals, and it just seemed like everybody just started gripping their sticks a little tighter, and the passes just weren't as crisp. And, we call it whack-a-mole out there when the puck's on your stick and you just want to move it off your stick as quick as you can for fear of being that guy that makes a mistake that coughs up a goal. But nonetheless, as you move forward, now that the, Merry Christmas is behind us and all that stuff, we get ready to kick off in the new year for 2026. It's definitely a monkey that the Bulls want to get off their back in these next 2 games and coming up with those 2 points in regulation, like you said.
Do you make anything of it the last 2 games, Birmingham? Finding a little bit of offense, whereas before they couldn't. The last time we scored 4 goals, Greg, prior to this past weekend in Roanoke and Pensacola, was way back in the first part of November. We just haven't been able to find the back of the net. Do those two games set you up for possibility again, or do you start second-guessing yourself, as you said, gripping that stick, hoping you don't retreat and revert back to your old ways?
You know, I don't think so. I think you keep moving forward. And, you know, like you mentioned, those 6 goals scored in Roanoke were the most the Bulls scored all season in a game. So what do you attest that to? A guy like Drake Glover coming back in your lineup. You know what I mean? Brings that veteran presence. With Olenek being out, you know, Glover's wearing the C out there for the Bulls. And then tonight, an interesting addition that we noted in the transactions as well is C.J. Walker's back from Greensboro on the coast. And, you know, back with C.J. play, he'll be wearing number 12 tonight. But he had 10 points in 13 games for the Bulls. So anytime you can infuse a guy into your lineup that's almost a point-a-game player, that definitely helps out when you talk about knock those 2 birds down of getting more than 3 goals in a game and winning in regulation.
Well, goaltending has not been a problem for Birmingham all year long, regardless what the stats say. It's been the lack of goal scoring. We'll talk more about that, but first let's pause for the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Oh, sit and you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly reared at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were still gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, starting lineups first for the visiting Macon Mayhem. Defensively, they'll go with Michael Krupinski and former Bull Parker Allison. We'll be talking more about former Bulls as the night progresses. Up front, Connor May, Michael Herrera, and Jake Goldowski. For Birmingham defensively, we'll go with Jordan Gagnon along with newcomer Lazarus Cable. We'll try and call him Laz. That's what he goes by, and there's a story behind Lazarus Cable as well we'll discuss as the night progresses. Up front, Birmingham goes with Parker Soretsky, Timmy Kent, and that's it. They've left us short here. Sean Kennedy, I apologize. Sean Kennedy will get the last. Up front, or at least in goal tonight for Macon, will be Josh Boyko, a record of 3-7-1. Goals against of 2.85 and a save percentage of 910. For Birmingham, Jacob Musatelli. He gets the nod tonight, a record of 5 wins, 5 losses, 1 overtime loss, and a shootout loss. Goals against of 3.37 and a 907 game or save percentage. Referee for tonight, Dan Sardegna, along with linesman Bill Leaton, Brett Dardzinski. Those 3 will be back in action again tomorrow night as these 2 teams play again here at the Pelham Civic Complex. And this one is about to get underway. I don't know if the players feel that need to get these 2 points, but Greg and I definitely do.
100%, Jody. It's a big one for the Bulls. You can feel it. Got a good crowd going tonight. Let's get this one on their way.
Friday night in Pelham, and here we go. Puck crashes really just send right on Boyko, and they'll send it out. Connor May through his own zone. Pass through center ice off the skate of Goldowski, knocked away by the Bulls. Loose puck picked up. That shot goes wide from Michael Herrera. Puck played behind the net. Birmingham will try and escape, and they do through center ice. Kennedy takes it over that center ice stripe, dumps it in. Stopped by Boyko. He'll leave it for his defensive Goldowski. Back comes Macon through center ice. Krupinski had it taken away from him. Now it's loose. Played back into the Bulls zone. Gagnon will go back and pick it up for the Bulls. Just underway. No score here. Birmingham and Macon. Gagnon behind Musatelli. Steps out in front. He'll skate away. Passes one ahead for Kipledzianko. He dumps one into the far corner, giving chase is Wood. Couldn't catch up with it first. Puck is sent around to the near side. Off the boards, Ibarra plays it nicely ahead for Huffman. He takes a shot. Blocker saved by Musatelli. Rebound all the way back at the blue line for Ford, who dumps it in deep. Youngworth for Birmingham. Plays it along the boards for Sinclair. He couldn't catch up with it. Now it's loose, and Sinclair will get it to center ice. Now Ford delivers a hit to Wood, and the puck coughed up, and it's taken by Macon. Caleb Huffman behind his own net, waits for his players. They'll start the play. He's watched by Drake Glover. Huffman gets it out far boards. He wasn't expecting the pass far side. Now it's loose at center ice. Witherspoon tips it in, knocked away by Musatelli. Now there's a hit far side, a nice one. The puck sent back in off the glove of Boyko, and he holds it. And he'll stoppage play, and now face off to his left. Greg, this one, finally we get some normal uniforms for Birmingham. And believe it or not, that's kind of thrown me off for a second. I'll be okay now, but either way, 18-13 to go, first period, no score. One shot on goal delivered by Macon. And the face-off to the left of Boyko in the Macon zone. It's controlled by the Mayhem. They couldn't clear it. Kept in by the Bulls momentarily. And Macon will take it. Backhands the pass through center ice. McLaughlin's had it. Far side now. It's played by Scahill. Out of the reach of Zimmer, and it'll come back into the Macon zone, and icing is called on the Birmingham Bulls. Now, I didn't have a chance to talk with you about this either, Greg, but last night, apparently two Bulls decided they would make a nice little Christmas dinner for themselves and wound up getting a case of food poisoning.
Really?
They are both on the ice. I'm not even sure if I should have said it, but I think it's a credit to that character. Scahill and Youngworth are the ones who did it, but they're out there playing, so we'll see how it develops. They were up all night long, sick, of course, but they are in the lineup tonight. Krupinski for Macon sends one far side out of the reach of everyone. Gronick tried to clear it, couldn't do it. Goldowski keeps it in. Herrera takes a shot, deflected by Scahill wide. Glover is there for Birmingham, and he chips it to center ice. Played right back in by the Mayhem. Behind the net, Bulls have it. Scahill chips one off the boards down in the Macon zone, giving chase was Karpinski. He'll catch up with it first, so an icing is called. Birmingham C.J. Walker was there, but the referee blew the whistle. Walker is his first game in 2 years as a Bull.
Definitely. Nice to see Walker back out there, back in a Bulls uniform, Jody. And, you know, you mentioned it before, but, you know, Ford stepped up. He had that big hit on Wood at center ice. And you talked about those five guys, Cohen, Goldowski, Herrera, Hayden Ford, and Parker Allison are all former Bulls here playing for Macon.
Now Kelly with a shot off the draw, deflected wide. A centering pass for Witherspoon, knocked down by Soretsky, and it's played into the far corners. Kyron Gronick, he's really fresh off the IR, only a couple of games since back. He sends it to center ice. Kelly loses the puck. Walker intercepts. Walker comes in, couldn't get that forehand that backhand to a forehand shot. And Boyko saw the pressure, and he just gloved it and holds on. We'll have a face-off again in the Macon zone.
Well, if you're the Bulls, you want to do exactly what Walker did there, Jody. You want to get in, get around their D, and then start getting some pressure on them early. And Boyko, oddly enough, when you talk about league leaders, one of the ones you don't want to, you know, write home about is right now he's leading the league with 7 losses.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting little stat there. So you want to get on him early and see if you can't shake him up a little bit.
Off the draw, Walker had it, couldn't get the shot off. The puck is sent into the near corner. Fought for there, it squirts loose. Walker trying to get it behind the net. It's played by Macon, still loose. Soretsky is there, has Karan in front, couldn't get in the puck, so he'll send it back to Gagnon. Far side, there's a shot taken, goes wide. Puck played along the near side by Macon, and they'll chip it to center ice. Ibarra had it, lost it to Gagnon, and Birmingham will set the play. Changing of the lines is occurring as Karan sends it into the Macon zone. Boyko will play it himself. Alex Cohen dodges away from Timmy Kent, brings it into the Bull zone. He drops it off. That one goes wide behind the net, played along the near boards. Birmingham has it. McGregor Sinclair brings it into the Macon zone. Tried to get it to Kennedy. It's out of his reach. Kilgene was there, Couldn't get it for Macon. Now he does as he knocks the pass down from Youngworth. Kilgene comes in to the Bulls' zone. Backhands, easy stop there by Musatelli as he gloved that backhand shot by John Kilgene, and we'll have a face-off back into the Bulls' zone. Still no shots on goal for the Bulls as of yet. 15:59 to go, first period, no score.
Right, the Bulls have had some pressure, Jody, but they still haven't got those game shots in that we've seen, those high-pressure offensive chances coming up from the slot. A lot of them dump-ins going wide of the net. Boyko's been tested a little bit, but Bulls definitely want to get some traffic in front, get something going here.
Off the draw, played right in front. Musatelli kicks it behind the net. Soretsky has it for Birmingham, and he'll send it to Glover through center ice off the stick of Kip Ledzianko. He lost it to Goldowski, who will send it back into the Bull zone. Played behind the net. Herrera tried to center one. He does.
Wow.
Save made. Rebound loose in the slot. Picked up by Kip. Ledzianko through center ice has Karan with him. Back to Kip off his stick. Played along the near boards, and Herrera will bank it around the far side. May had it taken away from him behind the net. Kip Ledzianko couldn't catch up with it. Now Glover has it. Sends one in front, knocked down by Krupinski, and it's sent along the far boards. Macon can't clear it. Birmingham fighting to keep control. Now Wood behind the net for Glover. It gets past him. Michael Herrera couldn't lift it out. There's a shot taken by Scahill, sticked aside by Boyko. Rebound along the near boards. Allison taking out Wood, and Macon will come out with the puck. Connor May slowly through center ice. Banks one off the boards into the Bull zone. Scahill easily gets it out. Gronick gave it away, and the puck comes right back into the Bull zone. Now Scahill behind the net for Doug Scott, I'm sorry. He lost the puck. Gronick had it and lost it as well. There's a centering pass for Witherspoon off the mark, and Soretsky has it for Birmingham. Soretsky brings it in, sets it off for Zimmer, cuts it in front, backhand save, rebound was loose. Cable couldn't get a stick on the puck, and now it's loose, picked up by Zimmer. He'll circle around. There's a bad angle shot, save made by Boyko. Puck is loose along the near boards. Macon will just try and clear it, and they do. Witherspoon has the puck now for Macon. Sets it up far side. There's a shot save made by Musatelli. He gloves it and holds on. Birmingham with their best scoring opportunity of the night, Greg.
Definitely. Good drive there from the outside left by Zimmer coming across, making Boyko come across with him for the shot from the slot, the backhander. And Jody, I believe if you would have held it just a little bit longer and made it pass through the slot from that far right side, I think he might have had a little better scoring opportunity, but Boyko stayed right with him. And interestingly enough, good to see this lineup of the lines that are going against each other, where you've got Kennedy and May wearing number 10 for Macon, but he has 2 goals in his last 2 games, Jody.
Yeah.
So he's definitely one we want to keep an eye on. And Kennedy for the Bulls, he's another one coming in who's had a lot of output and production with 6 goals and 12 assists, leading all of the SPHL rookies in scoring.
He's been a quiet 6 goals, 12 assists too. You don't hear a lot of him, but when you do look at the stats, you suddenly see him there. 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points for Kennedy as a rookie. That's not bad. And as you said, leading all rookie scorers. Face off in the Bulls zone, puck drop, loose in that face-off circle. Bulls will send it to the far side. Walker had it knocked away from him by Deneen. Nick Deneen takes it. Behind the net is played by McLaughlin. Jordan Gagnon on him. Back behind the net, Kilgene has it. McGregor Sinclair ties him up. Puck squirts loose. Played by the Bulls near corner, and they'll just backhand one up through center ice. Out of the reach of Karan. Macon will take it. Now through center ice. Right back into the Bull zone. There's a shot by Kilgene. It goes wide. Puck bounces all the way out to the blue line. Allison keeps it in. Gagnon has it. Macon changing lines. Puck loose along the far boards there. Fought for by 4 players. Connor May had it. Lost it, and the Bulls have it now. Cable. Cross-ice pass to Glover. Right back to Lazarus Cable. Glover tips it in, but not deep. It's taken away by Macon. And Krupinski sends it to center ice. Out of the reach of Herrera. Puck comes back behind the net, played by the Bulls. That's Jordan Gagnon. Banks one off the boards to Timmy Kent. Goldowski takes it away. Cable and Herrera fighting for it. Comes to Timmy Kent. Behind the net, he plays it to Gagnon. His pass is deflected and out of the reach of Glover. Back into the Macon zone, they'll play it. 12:45 to go, first period, no score. Birmingham and Macon. Youngworth sets it up for Sadowski. It's the first time we've called his name all night. Sadowski gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy cuts past Herrera, centers a pass off the skate. Tried to set it up in the slot, taken away by Macon. Herrera with the puck now. He lifts one in high. Musatelli gloves it, and with Caleb Hubman bearing down on him, he just grabs it and squeezes it out of the face-off back into the Bull zone.
Yeah, good job by Musatelli there, Jody. When you get that offensive pressure and you know your D are going to push up and box out man on man, which is what they did well there, Musatelli's got to make that decision of, do I drop this and play it, or do I just hold on and slow this one down? And with that pressure by Huffman, great job there by Musatelli. Will get a face-off here to his right.
Witherspoon on the draw, had it lost, it's still loose in that face-off circle. No one controlling it. Youngworth tried to tip it back to Ledzianko. It's played now by Macon. There's a shot well wide of Musatelli, played by Wood. He can't get it out. Kelly sends one in to the far corner. Youngworth will play it for the Bulls. Sadowski fanned on the pass. It's played now by Macon. They'll set it up far side. Ledzianko catches up with it first, but had it taken away. Now it's loose, and Birmingham finally will clear it back into center ice. Wood takes it away on a nice play, tips it into the Macon zone. Matt Wood has it. He tried a centering pass. No one there but Macon, and they'll take the puck and backhand through center ice. Doug Scott with it, gives it to Sinclair. Scott coming in with him. Sinclair behind the Macon net, around the near boards. Played there by Birmingham, can't keep it in as it squirts free into center ice. And look out, Kilgene has it. Kilgene takes a shot, and that one was whistling high, but right by the ear of goaltender Jacob Musatelli. That quick glove, that's a nice save, Greg.
Yeah, Gronick just found himself in a weird spot down there, Jody, or on that blue line right in front of Macon. Being a right-hand shot on the left side, that puck came straight up the wall and kind of handcuffed him there. He couldn't get his stick around to it to peel it off, and Macon popped it out. Musatelli came up with a big glove save there.
We'll wait for the face-off. Yep. Premature movement. We'll try it again.
Everybody moving on that draw, Jody.
Sinclair and May on the draw. Puck is dropped. Again, no one controls it. It's loose in that face-off circle. Comes free. May has it. Backhand save. Wow. May rebound is there. Still loose, and Musatelli gloves it and covers it up. He put the big mitt on, and Birmingham has had a problem all year long, Greg, of when that puck gets near the goaltender. Yep. And in that point, Musatelli couldn't control it. There were no other Bulls there to clear it and get it away.
Well, I'm glad Musatelli got his glove on that one when he did, Jody, because they were pushing him back towards that goal line, and there was nowhere left for him to go after making not just the first save, but then on that rebound as well. Those are two big saves. You want to remember that one right there.
The goal light is on behind the net. Now they've finally cut it off. I was told it's still on. Prior to the game, they were having trouble with both the green and the red light in the goalie judge box, but at least it looks like they've cleared it up for the time being.
Well, that was Herrera, and he'd like to.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He'd like to get one tonight, and you saw him just creeping on the goal line right there.
Off the draw, Bulls control. Banks one off the boards into center ice. Played by Alex Cohen. Cohen gets it ahead to Goldowski, two former Bulls. There's a centering pass off the mark. Gagnon lost it though. Herrera takes it away. Puck played along the near boards. Connor May squeezing in, tries to keep it alive for Macon. Lazarus Cable takes the hit from Herrera. Now his puck is loose. Look out, Glover almost sent it right out in front of his own net. Puck in that far face-off circle, still loose. Finally, Birmingham takes it as Gagnon sends it ahead for Gronick. He's taken down, no call. I think Gronick may have just lost his balance. Now it's taken by the Bulls. Cable tried to center one for C.J. Walker. Walker has it. Tried to set up Karan, taken away by Macon, and here they come. And they'll dump it back into the Bull zone. Bouncing right in on Musatelli. That's a tough one. Those bouncing pucks, that would scare me to death. I don't know about you, but have you ever given up one that bounces like that?
Oh yeah, Jody. I've let in one that was a bouncer from the far face-off circles once in junior, and from that point forward, I started carrying the name Hardy Astrom, where I could stop everything that was in close and tight and be very acrobatic, but The ones that were the floaters were the ones I had trouble with.
That bouncing puck is tough.
Yep.
Off the draw, played by Macon. Kilgene had it, lost it, taken away. Now Walker has it there along the near boards. There's a loose puck picked up, sent back towards the blue line, and it escapes the Bulls zone. Played back in where Sadovsky has it. Near side or far side pass connecting, but off the mark. Karan takes it back and steers it deep into the Macon zone. We're under 10 minutes to go, first period, no score. Zareski delivered a hit that stirred the crowd up a bit. Now Kennedy sends it back to the blue line. A one-timing wrist shot goes wide. Zareski behind the Macon net. Alex Cohen has it. Kennedy on him. And Kilgene takes it and sends it back to center ice. Kennedy has it in the Macon zone near boards. Tries to spin away from Huffman. He can't do it. It's loose, tied up underneath those two. Now coming in was Kent. There's a centering pass for Sinclair off the mark. Bulls keep it in though. Scahill plays it down low for Kennedy. Back to Scahill, near side Scott. Still holding on to the puck. Scott has it. Cohen had went down on the play, but Scott couldn't do anything with the puck. Now Scott sends it in for Kent. Timmy Kent a centering pass steered away by Boyko, and Macon will send it near side. Sinclair doing a good job, keeps it alive for Birmingham. Kent had it in the near corner. Now two Macon players on him. It's loose, picked up right in front of the Macon bench, still being fought for. Scahill, along with Cohen, Miklaklos, and Sinclair, still loose. Timmy Kent comes in to try and knock him free as well. Still tied up. Finally, the Bulls get the puck back out. Bringing it back in. There's Kent. He takes a shot, blocked by Huffman on a nice defensive play. Loose puck picked up by Macon's Cohen, and he'll set it up far side. Ibarra brings it into the Bull zone. Ibarra takes the shot just high and wide of the net. Far side played by Witherspoon. Back to Ibarra. In the far corner now, Glover comes in, tries to knock it away. Ibarra steps into that pass. Witherspoon as well, loose just inside the Bulls' blue line, and Kent gets it out. Here comes Matt Wood into the Macon zone. Tried to set it up for Glover, knocked away nicely by the defense of Macon. Loose puck picked up by the Mayhem, and here comes Witherspoon through center ice. Gets away from Kipledzianko, and he just backhands one far side, sets it up near side. Kelly with a shot. Pad save made by Musatelli. Puck loose along the far boards. Wood tried to play it in for Cable. Last Cable. Ahead for Gagnon. Now it's loose. Picked up. Look out. Two players almost collide. Kipledzianko comes away with the puck. Fakes the drop pass. Cuts in front. And that shot goes just wide of that far post. What a move by Kip. Now Birmingham has it. Zareski with a shot deflected by the Macon defense. And it comes right in on Boyko, who just puts the mid over top and holds on as we have a media timeout, second one of the period.
Well, and the Bulls, Jody, for the most part, right now, what we're seeing is that play on the wall where you're getting the rugby-style scrums, where you're getting 3 and 4 players down there battling, especially down low behind the goal line, the Zamboni doors entrance down there. There was one earlier, then one up here on the side wall, but the difference of what I'm seeing tonight is the Bulls are the ones coming out with those puck battles and scrums. They're coming up with possession, and that is so key in this game because it's always that time of possession that factors in by the end of the night who's there.
Birmingham thus far the least penalized team in the league, and you get the feeling that this crowd's just itching on the edge of their seat trying to hopefully get something going to get the crowd even more into it. And times like this, I don't know, a good hit goes a long way, maybe even a fight goes a long way.
You saw one of those things where even that little hit by Wood behind the net just rattled the glass, and that got everybody up out of their seats. And that's definitely something that you're looking for, Jody, especially in a game like this. You want to set the tone early, and you know what? 7 minutes here, remaining in the first period, no score. And you want something to take you over the top, nothing like a little fisticuffs to get this place rocking.
And an atypical Friday night crowd, it's not always a bad crowd, but Saturday night's always a better crowd than Friday night. We got a large crowd filing into the building tonight, and they would love to see something like that, I'm sure. Now the puck off the draw, played along the near boards. Goldowski had it knocked away from him by Gagnon. And Connor May takes it, and he'll send it back into the Bull zone, just lifting in right in on Musatelli, who steers it aside for Gagnon. Gagnon steps out in front. Pass over for Cable. Lazarus Cable gets away from one, sets it up for Zimmer. Zimmer sends it into the far corner. Played there by former Bull Parker Allison. His dad used to converse with us many times during the hockey season when he was here wearing a Bulls uniform. I wonder if he's still listening tonight. Played by Connor May, takes the pass from Allison, tied up right in front of the Bulls bench. Now it's played by Herrera, taken away from him by Zimmer, and he'll just dump it in deep as the Bulls change lines. Krupinski plays it past Sinclair for Allison. Banks one off the near boards. Sadowski steps into that errant puck. Save made by Boyko, and the puck is sent back to center ice. All the way back into the Bull zone. Musatelli will have to play it. And it's for Youngworth ahead. Birmingham's Walker was there. He couldn't get a stick on the puck, and it's played by Macon. Herrera gets it ahead for Ford. Hayden Ford gets past Sadowski. Ford puts the brakes on, tried a centering pass, he couldn't get it off. Welch was there, but he couldn't get him the puck. Now Sadowski has it. Ahead for Glover, tried to tip it out, comes right back to Sadowski, who will lift it all the way down into the Macon zone. And this was going to be icing on the Birmingham Bulls with 5:19 remaining here in the first period, no score.
You can definitely see, Jody, Musatelli been the busier of the two goalies tonight.
Yep.
With shots on goal, the Mayhem putting 10 on Birmingham's net, Birmingham returning 3, but that right there will go to show you how Musatelli is ranking 5th in saves this season with 400. He currently has the most saves in any SPHL game this season with 51 stops versus Fayetteville.
Off the draw, still fought for, played along the near boards. Nick Deneen, fresh off the IR, takes a shot, save made by Musatelli. Puck played along the far boards. Caron was there, he couldn't get the puck. Macon will keep it in. Puck underneath of Caron, squirts free. C.J. Walker has it, he'll dump it back to Sadowski. A nice pass ahead to Suretsky. Suretsky takes the shot. He had a step on the Macon defense, but he couldn't get it through the 5-hole.
That's it.
Boyko now a little pushing and shoving. Boyko just steps away and leaves the puck in that face-off dot. But that was a nice pass there by Suretsky defensively ahead. Just couldn't convert.
Definitely was. And Suretsky came in and, you know, watching Boyko in warm-ups, Jody, he's got that new gear on. And, you know, Suretsky almost hit that spot. He just a little bit too much into the middle of Boyko. Made a good job gobbling that one up. But you can see that's where you want to put it, about another foot or so to the left. And you want to be shooting just above his pads on the blocker and on the glove side. So good shot selection. I like the transition there by the Bulls. And things are moving in the right direction.
4
here.
shots on goal, though, for the Bulls with just under 5 minutes, 4:54 to be exact in the period. It just seems like it should be more than that. Am I just...
Well, it seems like that because they've been carrying the offensive play, Jody. But the Bulls have had some good opportunities, but they really like to work that puck down low to high, and that's going to gobble up a lot of that offensive time. But sometimes with block shots and missing the net and things like that, you just don't register the shots on goal.
Suretsky on the draw for Birmingham. Connor May for Macon, who controls, and Parker Allison sends it up far side for Herrera. He chips it back into center ice, played by Macon, but the Bulls take it away. Doug Scott with the puck, looks for a place to go with it, so he can find one, he skates it in. Backhands us, at least tried to get it to Kent, couldn't do it. May intercepts. Connor May drops it for Goldowski. Sends one in, save made by Musatelli. Had a little problem with that one, I guess traffic in front, but Birmingham has it and they'll clear, and that's going to be offside on the Bulls as they tried to bring it back in. That one little hesitation move, and offside is the call.
Kennedy just got in a step ahead of that one, Jody, and Kent was coming down on the outside. He just started to delay a little bit too soon before he got to that blue line. Typically, you want to grab that blue line and then slow up, suck the D to you, and Kennedy would have been gone with the net drive.
Face off just outside the Macon blue line. Sinclair on the draw for Birmingham. Alex Cohen for Macon. Loose puck, no one controls. Picked up by Kepledzianko, and he just sends one into the near corner. Boyko well out of his net. Plays it around the far boards. Now back behind the net. Ford is there for Macon. Far side, Miklaklos can't get it out. Lazarus Cable near side, Gagnon. Jordan Gagnon's slap shot deflected. Played into the far side where Wood has it. Wood dropped it for Kipledzianko, taken away from him by Miklaklos, and they'll skate away through center ice. Back into the Bull zone, played by Musatelli. Look out, had the puck taken away. Player skated in behind Musatelli, and he couldn't see him. Now it's loose in the slot. Picked up momentarily by Miklaklos, but he lost it. Birmingham fortunate there. Played at center ice. Alex Cohen, he lost the puck. Now Glover looks for a pass from Zimmer and has it. Tried to get it back to Zimmer, taken away from him by Beers, Evan Beers. Sends one through center ice, and Kelly sends it in far side. Ibarra will bring it in. Tried to get away with one move. Wow. There's a shot save made. I believe that hit the near post off Kelly's stick. Now the puck goes into the far corner. Youngworth has it. He can't get it out. Kept alive by Macon. Birmingham takes it away. Gronick will bring it in. 3 players back. Drops it to Zimmer. He takes a shot. Whistled wide. Rebound played behind the net. Gronick drops it off for Glover. He's tied up on the play. It's loose underneath both players. Finally picked up by Witherspoon, and he'll send it up far boards. Ibarra gives it up for Witherspoon. Brings it into the Bull zone. Tries to split 2D. He does, but lost control of the puck, and Youngworth sends it out. Off the stick of Karani, somehow got it back. Plays it down low for Soreski. It's taken away, and Jake Goldowski has it. Ahead for Witherspoon. Tied up on the play was Herrera by Walker, and Birmingham will take the loose puck and skate away. Here comes Soreski. One man back. Puts the brakes on. Soreski sets it up far side. Walker has it. Watched by Goldowski. C.J. Walker behind the Macon net. There's a centering pass for Scott. That puck just trickled wide of the far post. Soreski was there. Now loose in the Macon zone. Big hit there by Macon on Walker, and the loose puck picked up by the Mayhem, and Herrera sends it into the near side. Connor May, he takes the shot, gloved by Musatelli, and he squeezes it face off with 1:47 to go here in the first period of play. No score.
And that last transition play down there, down low, Joe, exactly what I'm talking about. The Bulls maintained puck possession. They had it. They worked it around. They got the shot they were looking for, but they're just letting Boyko off the hook, just shooting those pucks wide and not getting those shots on goal.
Face off to the left of Jacob Musatelli. Kilgene had it. He's tied up on the play, and the puck squirts loose for Sinclair. Near side, Lazarus Cable. Up the boards for Kennedy. Ford takes it away and gives it to Miklaklos. Banks one in off the far side. Gagnon almost lost his footing, and he did. Gives out the puck. That's Alex Cohen behind the Bulls net. Plays it back out to the point. Huffman couldn't control it, and he'll have to skate back into center ice. He takes a hit there. Huffman does right in front of the Bulls bench. Puck is loose. Miklaklos had it. Bulls take it away. Lazarus Cable couldn't get it past Huffman. Now the puck is loose in the slot. Glover's there in front. There was Kent. Wow. Couldn't get that stick on the puck, Greg. He had his skates on it. The coordination just wasn't there. That was the goal that Birmingham was looking for. Glover with a nice play, being able to stop the puck, send a nice pass right through the crease at the far post. Kent was there. He just couldn't convert.
Well, great job by Glover, Jody, waiting it out, just waiting for that puck to settle down in the slot. He got the shot off. There it was. And Kent just getting kind of pushed down past that goal line. But that goes back to Pee Wee hockey, Jody, where everybody says, hey, drive to the post and stop. Keep your stick on the ice, wait and anticipate that puck. And Kent just got in too far behind the net.
Off the draw, making clears, giving chase. Sadowski catches up with it first. For Youngworth, taken away by Kelly. A centering pass for Witherspoon off the mark, and Birmingham loses control. They had a shot at it. Krupinski puts it right back into the Bull zone. We're under 40 seconds to go. Far side, Macon has it in the Bull zone. Behind the net, Kelly. Ibarra now takes it. Tried to get it back to Krupinski, taken away by the Bulls. Kipledzianko ahead for Wood, who tips it in to the Macon zone. Changes for the Bulls. Krupinski had it in the corner, bounced off his stick. Kip Ledzianko has it, tried to center one in front, taken away by Macon, and they'll skate away through center ice. Ibarra checked on the play nicely by Soreski, still holds on to the puck though, gives it to Connor May. Just inside the Bulls blue line, spins away from Walker, gives it up for Huffman. Huffman centers a pass, sticked away, rebound, loose in the crease. Wow. And luckily for the Bulls, it bounces back to center ice where the horn sounds, the whistle blows, and we go to the locker room just like we started, score 0-0.
Well, that's one of those things, Jody. You're going to want to clean that up in the neutral zone there with Soretsky coming in one-on-one on his guy. We talk about the success they've been having, but you want to take the body there, pin and contain so that that puck stays on the wall until somebody else can get over there. Soretsky came over, kind of turned away, spun around, waited, and then that little dump pass, you know, from the side wall going up through the neutral zone ends up with a shot where Musatelli had to be there to make a big save in the dying seconds, and the puck never should have been near our zone.
16-6, the shots on goal at the end of one in favor of Macon. And that seems pretty legit, Greg, and it's kind of been the MO of the Birmingham Bulls all year long. And that's why I mentioned at the first of this broadcast, the goaltending is not an issue for Birmingham. The amount of shots they face and from where they came and the quality of those shots are the issue.
Well, it's one of those things where a lot of those shots for Macon, Jody, are coming where the Bulls have possession, coming across the blue line, and then they're trying to make that one little extra pass coming in between the blue line and the top of the circles for Macon. And when they're moving it off, you know, it's just getting knocked away, and then Macon's going down with numbers the other direction, coming in a lot of 3-on-2s, a lot of opportunities where they've got odd man rushes, and that's where they're getting a lot of their shots is on that transition game.
That'll do it at the end of one period of play. And we come back, Greg will catch you up with what's going on around the league. And for those of you that matter, or for those of you that care about numbers, and Greg, you may be one of these people. When Macon is tied at the end of one period of play, they have a record of 1-3-1-1. Birmingham has a record of 2-4-0-1. That doesn't tell me anything at this point. I just take the first goal right now if I'm the Bulls.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, you're going to come out. Momentum plays a huge part of this. And, you know, I think right now we're seeing a lot of just kind of cat and mouse, feeling it out. You know, Birmingham's not being too overly aggressive on the forecheck because you don't want to give up those opportunities and you don't want to go down one. So they're being a little bit tentative, but I definitely think that you will see the Bulls game open up here once they come out and then get the first one. They had the opportunities there, even though they had 6 shots on net. You know, that could easily be 10, and then they had the goal line bleeder on Boyko down there that Ken just couldn't convert on. So, you know, it's close.
All right, that'll do it. At the end of one period of play, Birmingham nothing, Macon nothing. Jody Chernesky here along with Greg Drevany. Stay with us. We'll come back in a few minutes. Greg will catch you up on what's going on around the league, and we'll have even a discussion and conversation about what's happening in the East Coast Hockey League as well. But for right now, let's take a break. Score, Birmingham nothing, Macon nothing. Stay with us. This is Birmingham Bulls Hockey.
grandkids.
Charlotte. Carter. Just for you. That's for you. Get out of here. She really went nuts. Okay.
Wayne Alice is listening from Dallas.
Wayne, this is me. All right, you want to come on now and talk about the games that are going around the league, or you want to talk about the ECHL, what's going on, or just something to talk about? All right. Gardner, are they any good? Oh, he doesn't want them. There for those two. Different Shelley. Hey. Hey, don't forget Brownie's over here for you and Carter, okay? Ready when you are. All right, Jody Chernesky back with Greg Dreveny here at the Pelham Civic Complex. Score at the end of one period of play, Birmingham nothing and Macon nothing. Greg, have you been catching up or at least keeping up what's going around the league tonight? There are a couple of good games scheduled.
Oh, yeah, Jody. First period intermission looking around the league tonight. Got an interesting one going on. Roanoke in Knoxville. And Knoxville with 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the third period. They're up 6-2 over Roanoke. So that's good news for everybody down below Roanoke, as Roanoke is sitting around the third place and losing 6-2 to Knoxville. And then in Huntsville, Pensacola in town, that's 2-1 Pensacola at the end of the first.
That's the two top teams in the league.
Two top teams in the league, that's correct. And then Evansville over Quad City. In Quad City, they hold that 8th place.
Yeah.
So that is very interesting, and something as you're sitting there with the Bulls and Macon in their locker room in between the first period intermission, you're always checking the stats, see what's going on. But Evansville putting it to Quad City right now with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the first period, with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go in the first period. So here, obviously in Pelham, the Bulls and Macon, no score going into the second period. But looking at that game with Quad City losing, Jody, that has to put a little bit of fire up underneath.
Well, you would hope so.
Oh, yeah.
I know this. You're chasing Quad City. I mentioned that at the first of the broadcast. You're tied with Macon. A win here and the continue, at least the way it's going with Evansville and Quad City, and you could really make up some distance here and make a difference just in one night. So, I mean, we've got 40 minutes of action left here, and to be honest with you, I don't want to say the first period was underwhelming, but I know this Bulls hockey team's capable of much more than 6 shots on goal.
Right, and that's going to be the key for the Bulls, is to come out, get your first period legs up from under you. You've had your holidays, you had Christmas, a little bit of, I'm sure guys got together and had a little Christmas celebration, even though they couldn't get to be with their families. But that's one thing, Jody. You want to get this going, come out, and bring it here in the second period.
Well, I still find it amazing that both Scahill and Youngworth got food poisoning last night on their Christmas dinner that they made, and they're still out here playing. And I'll say this, too, about C.J. Walker. C.J. Walker came into Birmingham today really not expecting to play until tomorrow night. He was going to have this day off, but because of some situations, you still have Danny Wade on the IR, and, of course, Phil Edzianko out as well. there was room for another player. He had 2 hours sleep last night,
Right.
C.J. Walker did, and yet he's playing tonight for the Bulls. So that's another testament to their character. Now, we got 4.5 minutes to go, Greg. I want to take an opportunity here. At least, I don't know who else out there that is listening cares, but it does affect the hockey world, not just the East Coast Hockey League. The East Coast Hockey League players and the PHPA, their union, Professional Hockey League Players Association, or Professional Hockey Players Association, voted to strike. And this is the first time I can ever remember, Greg, a minor league of any sport striking, much less during the middle of the season. But the players decided that their cause was great enough. They've decided to not come back, not report back after the Christmas break. What do you think? You used to be a member of the PHPA. What is it that you've heard about this?
Well, that was one thing that, Mike Latendresse and then Jamie Hicks were our reps, and they used to always keep us informed and stuff like that, Jody. But I was really surprised, I guess, to see that the league came back with a 19% retroactive.
Right.
And that was one thing that caught my attention. Not
Now,
just,
explain what you mean by that, though.
So,
19% retroactive.
19% retroactive raise for the players. What that means is going forward, you get a 19% increase, but it also goes back to the start of the year, so you would get paid out 19% of what you made up since the start of the year. And I thought, geez, 19% increase for anybody in anything.
Right.
But I guess it goes back into looking. What I don't know is how long has it been since there's been an increase, and maybe that's coming into play. But like that didn't even make it off the ground. It was instantly rejected by the Players Association. So, nonetheless, be interesting to see.
Well, the thing that it affects, I talked to Craig Sinchuk yesterday and before the game. The teams in the East Coast League are just desperately trying to find players,
right,
so they can put a hockey team together and have hockey games in their league. They've called every team, including Birmingham, trying to get players to come up. And at least at this point, nothing has transpired, nothing has taken place. They have already canceled games in the East Coast Hockey League for tonight and tomorrow. I don't know how long this goes on before the owners just say that's enough, where we can't go on like this, and they lock the players out.
Well, it's going to
for
be
the rest of the year.
No, and that's what I mean, and that's why it's dangerous, Jody, because where you got a spot secure in the SPHL on both sides of that ticket, one, you don't want to really be a player going up because, it's just like a factory.
Yeah, you don't want to be a scab.
Right. And then
you will have a label put on you the
it.
rest of your life. But the thing that really is people maybe not be thinking about is those players that are in the East Coast Hockey League, where are they going to go while there's a work stoppage? Could they possibly come here? And if you are an SPHL team, do you want them here to disrupt your team for 2 or 3 weeks?
I do not, especially when you're in a situation and, just looking at the two teams in front of us tonight where the Bulls and Macon, they've got 2 wins apiece in their last 2 games. You know what I mean? So you don't want to go messing around with that. C.J. Walker's a former Bull. He knows the locker room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really count that.
But he was supposed to come back this year anyway.
Yes, he was. We've been waiting for him. So, but there's a situation there where I think that, the top 20% of the league in the coast, they're going to push up because you guys are under contract and stuff like that. The NHL teams don't want their players not playing, but then you're going to get the rest of the 80% of the league that's going to be like, okay, where do we go and what do we do? And
I don't know that I want those players disrupting my locker room.
I do not.
Because it's a short-time situation. Right. The second the East Coast Hockey League goes back to playing, they're gone.
They're gone.
And then these players that you've released and let go of, they're not coming back to play for you after being treated that way.
100%. So loyalty's going to go a long way, Jody. I think that's the end of the game. And I wouldn't look for anybody being involved in that predicament to show up in the Birmingham Bulls, not the way that we run the organization. Because, it's players first. They take care of the players. They got the best apartments, the best golf package. I mean, you name it. They're treated like kings around the city. And I just can't see the Bulls doing that to any of our guys.
Well, I hope it's not disrupted. I hope the East Coast Hockey League in their their work stoppage and don't mess with any of our players, but it is what it is. Right now, though, we have a hockey game as Timmy Kemp brings the puck into the Macon zone. He takes the shot low on the ice, gloved by Boyko, and he squeezes it. We'll have a face-off only 13 seconds into this second period of play.
And you can definitely see, Jody, there must have been something said in between the first and second period, because there was Kent coming in. He was at that far angle out on the perimeter, but he's looking to shoot first, and that's the mentality that I like coming into this second period.
Face-off will be to the right of Josh Boyko. Marcus Soretsky for Birmingham. Now Connor May was tossed, and in his place, I believe that's Cohen. But either way, it's picked up by Macon, and Connor May will skate away with the puck. Off the blocker of Musatelli, and it bounced over the stick of Herrera. Birmingham's Gagnon has it. Ahead through center ice, and Kennedy deflects it deep, and they'll call this icing.
Huh.
I thought Kennedy deflected it inside the red line, but I guess not.
It was close, but nonetheless, you even see that long dump on Musatelli, and that's what I'm talking about, Jody. Just kind of, you know, it drops 3 feet coming in that high, and he plays it up off his blocker, and we got a great bounce over there by that face-off dot that the puck just evaded, making stick on the rebound.
Off the draw, Gagnon has it, lost it, picked up though by Soretsky. Banks one off the glass, tries to get it out, and it comes free to center ice. Kennedy with it. Far side for Gagnon, who dumps it in. Puck played near boards. Soretsky tried to poke it away from Huffman. He couldn't do it, and the loose puck picked up by Macon, and 4-on-3, they'll skate it in. Just dumped it into the near corner. Ibarra beats Sadovsky to the puck. Now Gagnon finds it. He backhands one over for McGregor Sinclair. For Wood at center ice. Wood couldn't get past the defense, and a nice play, a stand-up check there by Hayden Ford, and Macon takes the puck away. Now Sadovsky takes it right back. Ledzianko for Wood. Wood couldn't get past Ford once again, so he'll circle back to the blue line for Youngworth. Far side, Sadovsky sends one in, that's deflected wide. Loose puck along the near boards, played by Macon, and here we go. Kelly. Justin Kelly with the puck. Just inside the Bulls blue line, gets away from Wood, down low. In front, Kelly was there. That one deflected wide, far post, played by Macon. Nice play by Musatelli. He deflects it away from Cohen, and he sends a shot right off the side of the net when he got the puck back. Played behind the net, near side, Calgene has it. John Calgene gets around Musatelli. Sinclair watching him. Calgene with the puck, sends a wrister in. Musatelli saw it into the midsection, and he squeezes it. We'll have a face-off in the Bull zone.
Well, it's a good job by Youngworth there, Jody, boxing out Macon's Cohen right in front of Musatelli, and he kept him out. I know that shot looks innocent enough, but coming in from the point, if you get those guys standing right in front of your goalie, it's really hard to see that puck through traffic.
Yep.
But Youngworth did a really good job keeping Cohen to the inside, we'll call it, and letting Musatelli see that shot from the blue line.
Off the draw, Bulls have it. Zimmer dumps one into the near corner. Parker Allison lost it to Glover. Glover tried to center one in front. Boyko couldn't find the puck. It was really behind him. Loose puck played along the far boards by Macon and out. Gloved by Scahill. He'll knock it down. Taken away. Near side, Cohen with the puck. Couldn't get the shot off. Back at the blue line for Allison. Sends one around the boards. Far side, Glover is there. Krupinski catches up with it first. Now it's loose. Played by Scott for Birmingham. Gets it ahead for Zimmer. He couldn't control the puck. And Parker Allison plays it far boards for Macon. Intercepted by the Bulls. They'll tap it right back in.
Great stick by Glover there on the wall. Jody knocking that one down.
Macon with the puck. Looks for an outlet. Birmingham changing lines. Kilgene lost it, taken away. Here's Soretsky. Has Walker with him. Tried to set it up for CJ in front. Blocked by Krupinski. Loose puck behind the Macon net. Walker fighting for it. Gets it. Couldn't get the shot off, though. Boyko was there, but still, Walker couldn't get the shot away. There's a shot by Caron as he circled out on top of that face-off circle. Got a nice wrister, but Boyko was there, and he'll have a face-off to his right.
Much better look by the Bulls here, Jody. Getting some shots, getting some traffic in front. I think Soretsky, that's going to be on the board for the video first thing tomorrow morning, coming in on that 3-on-2. You know, the give with Karan coming in as that third guy, trying to go across through two guys to the guy on the far side. Didn't work out for the Bulls. They maintained possession, but that's a little give to the high guy.
We'll have to drop the puck again. Face off in that Macon zone. 16:38 to go. Second period of play. No score. Birmingham has tightened the margin a little on the shots on goal. They came out flying a little there in the second period, but managed to get some pucks in on Boyko. Off the draw, Hayden Ford has it. Circles behind his own net, gives it to Herrera. Now Ford takes it back. He'll bring it into the Bull zone, dump it into the far corner. Lazarus Cable is there. Little dangerous pass there, but Soretsky is there. Couldn't clear the puck for Birmingham, though. High puck lifted, and that'll go out of play. So a face-off back into the Bull zone. Now, we mentioned Lazarus Cable. Lazarus Cable's father, Butch, played for the Birmingham Bulls in 1992-93 season. Had a great season for Birmingham, never came back. But this is the first legacy player, if you will. Butch Cable, Lazarus Cable's father, played in 1992-93, and Lazarus now back in Birmingham in 2025 and 26. Well, drop the puck again. Lazarus played earlier this season in Peoria. It wasn't quite the fit they were looking for. Peoria looks for a specific type player, and specifically players who maybe have taken boxing lessons in their day.
Right.
Soretsky off the draw, had it, lost it, taken away. There's Witherspoon in front.
Wow.
That puck found its way onto the stick of Ibarra. Save is made. Now it's loose along the near boards. Pereira has it. Bartuccio Pereira lost it. Karan gets it ahead to Walker. Poke checked away from him. Witherspoon picks it up. Played by Soretsky. Now it's loose. Pereira plays it far side. This is the first time we've seen Bartuccio Pereira on the ice tonight. I don't know if there's something wrong or what, but this is his first shift of the night. Sadovsky sends it through center ice, tipped in by Kent. Timmy Kent behind the net. Witherspoon plays it. Loose, picked up by Justin Kelly. He'll slide it near side. Played by Macon. Back behind the net, Youngworth catches up with it first for Birmingham. Cohen keeps it alive for Macon. Calgin behind the net. He takes a hit, or delivers one that is. Now it's loose behind Musatelli. Cohen fighting for it. Timmy Kent comes in, chips it ahead for Youngworth. Far side, Kennedy will catch up with it first for Birmingham. Takes the hit, gives it to Sadovsky. Right back to Kennedy for Sinclair. Birmingham a little sloppy with the puck in their own zone, can't clear it out. Sadovsky ahead for Sinclair, who touches it and lets it go in. Played by Boyko. Puck comes around the near side. Kennedy delivers a hit from behind. Puck squirts free behind the net. Boyko plays it for Krupinski. Off the mark. That puck comes all the way down the ice. Scahill will touch up, no icing. Scahill with it. Tried to get it ahead to Kipledzianko, couldn't. It was tipped away by Macon. Cohen brings it back into the Bull zone. Far side, Goldowski. Back at the point, played by Macon. Blocked nicely by Glover off the stick of Hayden Ford, and he'll have to retreat. Loose puck at center ice, played by Macon, right back into the Bull zone. Look out, Connor May was there. Couldn't get all that shot away. Puck played behind the net as Scahill had it, lost it, but the Bulls take the puck away. Kipledzianko had it and lost it, and right back in. Macon plays it. Connor May tried to set it up for Herrera. Knocked away by the Bulls defense. Loose in the corner. Played by Macon, but not out. Birmingham finally has a chance, and they clear it ahead for Matt Wood. Wood with two men back. Along that near boards, he hugged it, tried to get it to Kipledzianko, who was tied up. Couldn't get the shot away. Now Matt Wood centers one in front. That shot taken by Glover. That one goes wide. Back at the point, Lazarus Cable has it. Had his stick lifted, now it's loose puck picked up by Macon, and they'll clear it back to center ice. Fans trying to get into this game. Soretsky dropped it back for Gronick. His stick exploded, and that shot never made it through. Bad timing for a stick to go bad.
Right.
Now it's played along the slot. Nice play defensively by Gagnon, and he gives it to Cable. Drops it back to nobody as Caleb Huffman was there. I don't think Gagnon was expecting that drop pass.
Right.
What a nice play, though, by Jordan Gagnon. Now it's center ice, played by Macon. Ahead to Calgin. He takes the shot, deflects wide, far board, just played. Krupinski behind the net. Cohen picks it up, centers one out in front for Calgin. Off the mark, there's a shot in front, deflected wide. All kinds of traffic in front of Musatelli. Back for Krupinski. He takes the shot, sticked aside by Musatelli into the corner. Sadowski ties his man up. Now it's loose along the far side. Played by Birmingham. Cole Youngworth with it along the near boards. He chips it to center ice. Sinclair takes a big hit right in front of the Macon bench. Gets away. There's a shot right in. Was Karan. He takes a big hit after the shot goes down. But that one deflects into the netting out of play. And with 12-12 to go here in the second, we're still knotted up. No score.
Well, you definitely see, Jody, that Macon has picked up their aggressiveness on the forecheck, sending two guys in down low. And, I mean, they are puck hounding. They are digging down there. They're keeping that third guy out just about the hash marks in front of the net if they can pull it out. But you can definitely see Macon has picked it up, and they are intensely working a lot harder than they did in the first period.
I want to say hello to Wayne Allison, Parker Allison's father. He messaged us tonight and let us know he was still kicking and still going. Wayne used to, we would have conversations with him during games at some point when his son Parker played in Birmingham. A really nice guy, obviously a great family. We missed the conversations we had with you, Wayne, but thanks for chiming in and letting us know you were listening.
100%, and that's what it's all about, Jody. One of those things, too, that even though it didn't work out in Birmingham and things like that, you're always still part of the family.
Well, that's the way I feel about it when you're in Birmingham. Once you put the uniform on, unless you do something to disparage it, you're still a Birmingham Bull.
100%.
Face off in the Macon zone. Drake Glover for Birmingham. They'll have to try it again. Puck is dropped, tied up loose. Played by Macon. Drop pass back. And it's played by Kelly. Taps one in, and Musatelli just decides to cover it up. And a play like that where there were two players, one Macon, one Birmingham, they were 5, 6, 7 feet in front of Musatelli. Would you rather him play the puck or cover it up and let's do it again?
No. You cover that up, Jody, because you never know, because the defenseman's coming in, his back's to him. You got one Macon player in front of the net, but you had another one trailing in on the left side. And whenever I see more white than black, I'm covering it up.
Face off in the Bull zone, goes behind the net. Scahill catches up with it first, gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy sends it to center ice, but it's played by Deneen right back in for Macon. Scott, dangerous right out in front of his net, but he does control and clear the puck. Loose now at center ice. Timmy Kent had it, tried to set it up for Kennedy, but it was off the mark, and Macon sends one in. That's offside. Witherspoon will circle back out. Ibarra not happy with himself, slamming a stick on the ice as Drake Glover comes ahead with the puck. Sends it in the far corner. Timmy Kent is there. Hayden Ford catches up with it first, though. Kent centers a pass, knocked down by the Macon defense. Cable keeps it alive for the moment, but taken away by Michael Herrera, and he'll skate into center ice. Avoids the hit there from Kent, but costs the puck up, and it's sent back into the Macon zone. Wood tried to get there first, but it's tipped behind the net and around the boards. And a stick got up. Kepledzianko's stick got up on Goldowski. He's lucky there wasn't a call there. Even the crowd noticed that as the puck comes back into the Birmingham zone.
Oh, yeah, one of those in Pensacola, too, that just, you know.
You got to watch your stick. You're responsible for it, and you can't blame the referee for calling a high stick, and if he wanted to on that, he could have. Back into the puck, or in the Bull zone, puck is sent, played by Jordan Gagnon. Has Cable with him. Lazarus Cable off the backside of Soretsky, picked up by Krupinski, and he'll put it right back into the Bull zone. On the near boards, Kelgin has it, taken away from him by Lazarus Cable, spins away, tried to get it free out to the blue line. It gets past Welch for Wood. Matt Wood will skate it in to the Macon zone. Nobody there to help, so he'll try and hold on to it till it arrives, and it's taken away from him by Cohen. Cohen drops it for Allison, back to Alex Cohen. Now a whistle blows, The Macon bench hot about something, screaming and yelling while that whistle blew.
That's not good, because usually what that means, Jody, is there was a miscommunication and too many players on the ice. So we'll see. I think that's what the call's going to be here, with 10 minutes on the nose remaining here in the second period.
Well, Birmingham as of late has not fared well in the penalty killing department. They still haven't announced it as of yet, but that's, I guess this is considered a media timeout. I don't know, but the play has stopped. But that's the only, is Gronick goes to the penalty box.
So Macon, Jody, they're 9th on the road in power play this season, scoring only 4 times in 41 tries. That's 9.8%.
On the road.
Yep, on the road. They've given up 6 power play goals on the road in 30 attempts. Good enough for 7th in the road PK. But Macon is only one of 2 teams without a shorthanded goal, but they'll be on the power play. So what you got for us?
Well, for Birmingham, 7th in the league in penalty kill. They were 4th in the league a couple of weeks ago, but they have really given up a lot of power play goals. And I believe it was in Roanoke, they gave up 3 or 4 power play goals in the same game. Penalty killing unit needs some work. Off the draw, Allison has it. First power play of the night for either team. Connor Witherspoon with it, chips it behind the net for Ibarra. They'll set the power play up there, and it gets past Witherspoon, and Macon will have to retreat in their own zone. Now Glover comes back, or out on the ice, along with Ledzianko, Sadovsky, and Scott to kill this penalty for Birmingham. Ibarra has it. Sets it up for Witherspoon. There's a centering pass all the way back at the point for Ford. Thought about it, backs out of the shot. Still hold on to the puck. There's a wrister, goes high. Rebound was right there for Ibarra, and he whistled it wide. Far boards played by Allison. Behind the net for Ibarra. He lost it, and Scott clears the puck down the ice.
Good clear by Scott there. That's good to see for the Bulls. Don't think, Jody. Just clear that puck all the way down the ice. Get some new legs out there.
Scahill out with Gagnon defensively with Soretsky and Wood to kill this part of the power play for Macon as Herrera brings it in, puts the brakes on. Drops it right back to the blue line for Krupinski. Back to Herrera. Birmingham intercepts and clears it. That was Connor Scahill down the ice. Down to 45 seconds of power play time remaining for Macon. 8:39 to go. Second period, still no score. First power play of the night for either team. Pereira drops it back. Brought in by Herrera. Herrera at the top of the face-off circle, drops it for May. Connor May down low for Herrera. Back at the point for Pereira. Far side Krupinski in front for May, taken away from him. Birmingham tries to clear, still trying, can't do it. Kennedy had a chance to go 2-on-1 shorthanded, but Connor May has it. Near face-off circle. May drops it down low for Cohen. Wasn't expecting it. Back to Cohen now as Herrera got to the puck. We're down to 2 seconds. 1. Now that shot taken from the point by Krupinski. And it's in a little trouble on the far side after the save.
Here we go.
Now Herrera drops his helmet and glove.
Yeah.
People are paired up. Birmingham's Gagnon goes down. He's shoved back to the ice. He skates away.
Yep.
After taking that from Herrera. Looks like cooler heads will prevail.
Well,
I don't know, Gagnon's got a lot more patience than I would.
Well, Jody, and the thing about it is Gagnon started that, given the initial.
Here we go, now in front of the Macon bench. Bartuccio Pereira, little shoving match there with Scahill, and they're still after it. Now the linesmen come in to separate both of them. I'm not sure if anyone really wanted to drop the gloves and go, but it sure did appear that they didn't to me.
Well, that was one. Gagnon started that, given the initial shot, and, you know, Macon, with Musatelli getting that one in, Jody, where it came from, guys just giving him a shot there, letting him know, hey, stay away from the goalie. And, you know, I don't think he was expecting him to turn back around and say, hey, you want to give me a shot? Let's dance, let's party. And, you know, Gagnon just skated away.
Now Josh Boyko was in front of the Bulls bench. He'll come over to Bailey Birkin and have a spot as Birkin is the backup tonight. 7:59 to go. I don't know. I'm not sure you can give anybody a power play off that. It looked like everyone was guilty, but it looks like for the time being, Herrera's got a 2-minute penalty listed. I mentioned he shoved Gagnon to the ground once and twice, and Gagnon skated away. I don't think I could have skated away. I would have had to do something about it, but this will give Birmingham a power play.
That's what they say in hockey, Jody. The refs always catch the retaliation. That's exactly what happened there. They just fell into it. So if I'm the Bulls here, I want to get Scott out there. As you know, all of his points, Jody, have come off the power play.
Birmingham's third in the league in power play conversions. This will be the Bulls' first power play of the night. Sinclair on the draw in the Macon zone. Be nice to convert here, get this crowd into it. Off the draw, puck is loose. They'll whistle it and start again.
There's Sinclair with his patented drop down to one knee, Jody.
I meant to ask him about that before the game. Is that just a habit, or does that actually give him an advantage? But he's done it his whole career for Birmingham.
Lower center of gravity, I guess.
Glover comes in his place, wins the draw for Birmingham. Back to Cable. Sets it far side, nobody there. Sinclair hustles over to keep it alive. Played behind the net for Glover, near side Kipledzianko. Return for Drake Glover. Hayden Ford on him. Glover back for Laz Cable. Sets it up far side, Sinclair back to Cable. A lot of perimeter play down low, Kipledzianko, no place to go. Gets to Sinclair, almost had it taken away by Cohen, gives it back to Kipledzianko. Now Sinclair, near side, Laz Cable. Birmingham doing a lot of skating, not a lot of shooting. Glover in front, centers one off the mark of Sinclair. Cable takes it. Near side, Kipledzianko. He tried to pass, blocked by Ford. Now Laz Cable has it. Birmingham keeping the pressure on, just not getting any shots through. Kipledzianko fanned on the shot. Loose puck picked up by Cohen. He couldn't clear. Nice play by Cable to keep it alive. Laz Cable with it. Sends it down low for Sinclair. Top of that face-off circle. He'll keep skating with it. Near side. Down low. Kipledzianko fans once again. Puck gets back to Kip. He takes the shot.
Post.
That one hit the post. Rebound blocked by Goldowski. Birmingham keeps the puck alive. 40 seconds in the power play left. Sinclair with it. Far side for Cable. Last Cable. Gives it to Walker. Down low. Kipledzianko. A shot almost knocked Boyko down off balance. And Macon will clear. I don't know if they'll have a chance to actually change lines or change penalty killers. Birmingham allowed them to by keeping the puck at center ice. They should have just dumped it right back in, Greg. Puck loose. Behind the net is played by Macon and out. That'll do it for the power play for Birmingham as Scott has it. We're down to 5 seconds left. One last time, Scott brings it in. The power play is over. Kent goes down. Played behind the net. Scott has it. Everyone back at full and even strength, 5-on-5 hockey. There's a shot well wide of the net. Tried a little pass really off the board. Scott has it, plays it down low. Knocked away from Wood, taken away by Witherspoon, who takes it behind his own net. Some of these players from Macon have been on the ice over 2 minutes.
Right.
Finally, they'll take it and they'll dump it in and hopefully get a line change for them. Off the stick of Witherspoon, Kennedy intercepts, sends it right back out. Nice play, far side. Kennedy has it, has Kent with him. Sends it over for Kent, just dropped over his stick on a nice defensive play by Herrera. He just got enough of that puck on the pass, Greg, to keep it away from Kent.
He did. Good job there by Kent. The Bulls open it up here a little bit offensively.
Now Gronick tips one, and Boyko out of his net stops it and leaves it for Allison. Parker Allison through his own slot. Sends it ahead for Ibarra. Last Cable into the corner, beats Ibarra to the puck. Far boards for Zimmer. Zimmer ahead for Gronick. Gronick tried to get it to Karani, couldn't do it. He just sends it in, and it's right in on Boyko, who holds it, covers it for a faceoff.
And that's one of those things, Jody. I mean, both sets of players there for Birmingham and for Macon found themselves on the ice for the majority of that 2-minute power play or penalty kill, depending on how you're looking at it. So, in that situation, it ends. The players swap out. They get a different line out there, and then you saw both sets of players back out there again. So, Birmingham and Macon, the majority of their players getting a lot of ice time here at the end of the second period.
You get the feeling that the first goal, or the next goal, which will be the first goal, is going to be very big in this game. There's not a lot of, or there hasn't been a lot of great scoring opportunities. There's been good ones, but not ones where you can say, wow, he got robbed, or wow, he'll be wishing he could get that one back.
Well, there's been a couple of goal posts. Each team has had a goal post at least, Jody. Maybe two. We'll call it 1.5 each. And then both teams had those goal line plays where the puck was right there, one with Kent and one with Herrera down low in the first period, and they just couldn't convert on those. So here we are in a game knotted with the goalies leading the way here. 22 shots on goal for Macon, 13,
only 13
for
the Bulls.
Right.
You know, you get the feeling when you watch this game progressing, both teams know the importance of it.
Yep.
And it doesn't have a playoff feel to it, but you can tell this is a little bit different of a regular season game than we're used to seeing. Puck controlled by Macon. That's Bartuccio Pereira. He lost it. Gets the puck right back, and he'll skate around the other side. Zimmer on him. Pereira through center ice. Banks went off the glass, stood up by Gagnon. Herrera takes it, slides it right back from where it came. Goldowski leaves it for Beers. All around the near side, played by Pereira. Centering pass, nice play by Gronick to knock it down before it got through. And Last Cable has it. He lifts it to center ice, looking, set up for Zimmer. Look out, Beers is there, almost went down. Puck now played at center ice by Herrera. Herrera drops it back in front. Herrera takes the return, save made, but Musatelli couldn't control the rebound, kept alive by Macon. Along the near side, played by Walker. He gives it to Gronick, and Birmingham will clear. Gagnon at center ice. Brings it in. C.J. Walker now watched by Krupinski. Nice spinning move, and he couldn't keep the control of the puck. Back at the point, Sadovsky has it. That's deflected in front by Walker. Along the near or far corner, played by Birmingham, but they lose control. Krupinski has it for Macon. Gives it to Parker Allison. 3:30 to go here in the second period. No score. Soreski will bring it back in. Kennedy with the puck. Sets it up far side. Sadovsky in front. Looking for Keplezianko. Is loose right there in the slot. Nobody could get their stick on the puck. Kept alive by Kennedy. Whipped one around the boards. Kip will have to hustle over and does. Back behind the net. Soreski is there. Centers one in front for Kennedy. He just hit it off the heel of the stick. He was all alone. Cohen brings it back into the Bull zone and bounces off his stick. Look out. There's a shot taken and a nice save made by Musatelli. Played far side. Cohen has it. Now Macon putting the pressure on. Cohen gets away from one. There's a shot by Huffman. That one hit off the near post. Cohen with it. There's a centering pass knocked down by Musatelli. Birmingham will try and desperately clear. Sinclair takes a hit from Calgene. Now Birmingham comes in to return the favor.
Yep.
That's Keplezianko of all people. Once, twice. Now Ibarra gives him a push and shove with a stick. Kip knocks his stick away from him. In the meantime, the referee's arm is up, and I have a feeling that's going to be on Keplezianko.
For the slash after the fact.
Now Kiljane's going to the box as well, but I think Birmingham's going to have one in there as well. We'll see.
No, I don't think so,
John
Jody.
Calgene goes to the box. I thought for sure Ledzianko was going to. Thankfully, I'm wrong.
Away
Here's
from
the
the
call.
plate.
Calgene, 2 minutes for boarding. Number 17, John Calgene,
Okay.
2 minutes.
Calgene gets the 2 minutes
So-
for boarding, so Birmingham back on the power play, second of the night.
I guess that's where the leniency goes to Ledzianko there, Jody, because the initial boarding call had the ref's attention. He was calling that one right off the hop, and it was on Sinclair of all people, and you know the Bulls are going to come to battle, and they're going to stand up for that one. So we'll see how the Bulls do here on their second power play of the night.
Need a conversion here in the worst of ways, and if you're Macon or a fan of Macon, you're looking for that first shorthanded goal. Face off in the Macon zone. Soretsky on the draw for Birmingham. Played in the corner. Kent, along with Wood, trying to get possession of the puck. Krupinski for Macon. Timmy Kent had it, knocked away from him, played along the far boards and down the length of the ice. Musatelli has it, and he'll leave it there for Soretsky. He'll take it and skate away. Drops it back to Nobon. Kennedy was there, had it taken away from him by Witherspoon. Witherspoon takes the shot, blocker or pad save made by Musatelli. sent all the way back into the Macon zone, and they'll just clear it right back in. That drop pass almost caught Birmingham and gave up a goal.
Wow,
I can't stand it.
That's one of those things, Jody, where power plays where you think it should be all offense, a lot of guys get out there, and it just kind of, you know, what do you want to call it, lackadaisical, so to speak?
Well, ever since that drop pass or hinge pass, what are you going to call it? There's
terrible.
another one. We haven't been in their zone yet. Finally, Kipledzianko brings it in, whips one around the boards. Near side, there was Glover, gets it back to Sinclair, knocked away from him. Nice play by Walker to keep it alive, poked away from him. Kipledzianko back to Scott. Found that loose puck, Sinclair has it. We're down to 45 seconds of power play time remaining. Scott with the puck. Walker back to Doug Scott. Not a lot of movement. Walker in front for Kipledzianko, set it up far side. Sinclair wasn't expecting it, at least on the backhand side. Minute left in the period, 30 seconds in the power play. Kipledzianko with it. Plays it down low for Glover, back to Kip. Kip takes the shot, save made, rebound loose, covered up by Boyko. And with 17 seconds remaining on the power play, 49.5 in the period, Birmingham will try it again.
Well, that's the play you're looking for there, Jody, but you see Ledzianko got a good shot off. It was low through traffic. Boyko had to make the save, scramble for the rebound, and you had, you know, a stick battle in front about who was going to get the puck. But you don't want to take 3/4 of your power play to get off that one shot.
And that's what happened.
Yep.
Okay, face off to the left of Josh Boyko. Sinclair for Birmingham. Cohen for Macon. No one clearly wins it. Sinclair finds the loose puck, tries to keep it alive, plays it for C.J. Walker. We're down to 10 seconds of power play time remaining. Sinclair with it, looks for a place to go, cuts behind the net in front. Walker with a shot. What a save by Boyko. Walker was there right in between the face-off circles. Got the shot off, and it would have been in. But that quick glove save by Boyko keeps it a 0-0 game.
Well, and you saw that there, Jody, where Walker got the puck. He looked at Sinclair. He dished it to him on the side wall, and he kind of gave him that look. And Sinclair carried the puck down low, waited for Walker to cycle in front. And 1 second to go on the power play here for the Bulls. Watch this guy out of the box.
Puck squirts right in front of Boyko, but Macon was there to clear the puck. Now, there's going to be no icing. It was touched at center ice. Youngworth backhand went over for Sadovsky in the Bull zone. Zimmer ahead for Sinclair, brings it in. Gronick taps one behind the net. Boyko plays it for Macon. Goldowski picks the loose puck up there, looks for somewhere and finds it. Far side played by Macon. Sticked aside by Musatelli. Look out, that puck bounces right back in front, not once but twice. Pereira has it as the whistle goes. Now Sadovsky and Pereira pushing and shoving in that far corner. They'll skate away from each other. Now Kilgene that is, and Gagnon, little discussion there and a little grab here and there, and they'll skate away. You get the feeling that, I don't know, these teams are starting to not like each other very much, but they don't want to be the one that causes you to lose a hockey game that is of this magnitude.
100%, and that's one of those situations there, Jody. You talk about a big hit, and I know a lot of things go unseen in a game like this. Everybody follows the puck, but Sadowski finishing his man down there at the goal line in the dying seconds, that keeps that guy on the wall and away from the side of the net, and that puck was bouncing all around down there. It's a great job by Sadowski finishing his hit.
All right, that'll do it through 2 periods of play. Birmingham and Macon scoreless through 40 minutes. So when we come back out, we'll catch up with what's going on around the league and see exactly where both these teams stand. I get the feeling, Greg, that this third period is going to be both teams playing it close to the best, making sure they don't make mistakes. Some people may call it boring hockey, but you don't want to walk out of this game after playing like you've done thus far without getting something for your efforts. I just would love to see what would happen to not only this crowd but this team if Birmingham breaks the ice first and scores that first goal.
Oh, 100%. And, you know, with the fans, you can see, Jody, even with the big hits and everybody getting together, they're always at the edge of their seat. They're ready to get going. But you could just feel it on that last power play. Even the fans were just like, shoot, shoot,
right.
somebody shoot. So You know, I think the Bulls did a good job coming out. I think they made some nice changes from the first to the second period. And we'll see what they come out with here in the third. In this last 20 minutes, Jody, it's a big 20 minutes for both teams.
You mentioned we were both two sitting up here wanting Birmingham on that power play to shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot the puck. Why do you think they kept it out on the perimeter? What was, you think, the reason they didn't attack more? Is it because they're waiting on traffic in front, or they're waiting on a little better passing lane to open up? Why is it, do you think, they didn't take the opportunity to take that shot?
Well, I think it goes down to one of those things, Jody, where you have to watch, especially on those power plays. You know, you want to watch Glover to see what he does, because when Glover moves to the front of the net, that's when they're shooting. You know, outside of that, I think they're really looking for Glover to quarterback the puck. And if he stays out on the outside, they work it around, give it to him down low. And I think that the play is Glover either hitting the guy in the bumper in front of the net or screaming it across the front of the net to the guy on the back door. And they've tried that multiple times, but when they don't convert on that play, all that passing and setting up equates to no shots on net.
We got to get that at least taken care of. I would love to see more traffic in front of the net, but nonetheless, you got two power plays to speak of. None yet for Macon, by the way, so you know what's coming. If there's anything questionable, they're going to give Macon the benefit of the doubt.
Well, the best opportunities for the Bulls have come 5-on-5, Jody, and really it's from broken plays that just leaves the puck lying in the slot. And when everybody conglomerates in front of Boyko down there and everybody gets excited, but that's really been the Bulls' best opportunities, is when they just get the puck down low and they outstick them in front and try and make something happen. You call it the old dirty, hard-working, you know, Phil Esposito goals.
But they still count. As dirty and greasy as they come, they still count. Now, not that it matters, but Birmingham, as of this year, has been tied after two periods of play 4 times. And we haven't won yet. 0-4 in those 4 games. We've been tied after 2. Now's the time for a change. Would you rather see them come out and play the same type they've been playing for 40 minutes, or would you rather see them turn more aggressive and just start skating?
Well, I think you're going to see both teams turn it up. You know, I think you saw Macon become more aggressive down low than they were in the first period, and I think you saw the Bulls still kind of stick into that same type where they're not sending guys deep, they're sending one, giving Macon time, and they're trying to create the transition turnovers around their blue line, which either way, it's just, you know, 2 different strategies, and we'll see which one pays off here. But at the end of the day, Jody, the team that comes out and wins those one-on-one battles is going to create more offensive chances for their teams based on either style.
You think a mistake costs one of these two teams a game?
Yep.
Okay. It's usually the way it happens.
Yep.
Somebody
just
makes one tiny error that results in a scoring chance, and that's it. But we will see. You can probably hear it in our voices. It's been that kind of a year where we just don't know what to expect. This is a team that could turn around and score 4 goals in one period.
Absolutely.
But it's also a team that's shown they could give up 3 in the same period as well. So either way, it's going to make a fun period, but a very, very, very meaningful and important period of play coming up here in the third. The score at the end of 2 periods of play: Birmingham nothing, Macon nothing. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls Hockey.
All right. Here are your second period updates from Pelham around the SPHL. Knoxville 6-2 winners over Roanoke tonight. And that, let's check the standings here. We'll put Knoxville, giving them 25 points and moving them up into 5th place. So they'll switch spots with Evansville temporarily. Pensacola 2-1 over Huntsville at the end of the second. Here in Pelham, we're still knotted at 0. That's the Bulls and Macon. And Evansville, nope, they will, if they hold on tonight, with a 4-2 lead over Quad City. So that's very interesting.
That game's far from over with,
yep,
Greg.
they were up early, and
They
it
were
looks
up 3-0,
like high-scoring game there. So we'll keep our eyes on that one. But Fayetteville in Peoria 3-1 over them with 3 minutes left in the second period. So very interesting game. I think the game to watch here, Jody, is the one Evansville and Quad City.
No doubt.
And we'll keep our eyes on that one. But you talk about huge repercussions here for both the Bulls and Macon in this quest for the playoffs that's starting here at the end of December. And definitely making this season a lot more interesting. Depending on where you sit, Jody, it always, you know, everybody comes out at the start of the season looking to see who's up, who can, you know, be in the top 3 and that. And then, you know, for the Bulls, where they are, it's definitely one of those things where we're right there. You know what I mean?
But you gotta, you're right. We're right there. We're right there with, at this moment at least, Macon and Quad City.
Yep.
And let's just say Quad City continues and they lose this game tonight in regulation. Okay. Then if Birmingham finds a way to win, we're not only right there with Quad City. We'll have it at that point. We'll be a point behind them, with games being even. Both teams will have 23 games apiece after tonight's game.
Which makes tomorrow night's game even more important.
Incredible. But you got to take care of it tonight first in order to get yourself in that position. I know for a fact in that locker room they understand the importance of what's going on tonight. They know that. They don't need me reminding them of it. But, wow. I mean, just think of how it would feel to leave this building tonight with a win, knowing we're coming back in tomorrow night with momentum on our side, with a chance to do something about it in the standings. It would make this place alive. I mean, incredibly alive.
Tomorrow night would be a sellout crowd for sure. That's one of those things that you want to look at.
Well, I haven't received the attendance for tonight, but it's by far the best Friday night crowd we've had in a while. And look, let's just be honest. We're in 10th place. It's going to affect the crowd somewhat. But when you have a good hockey game and the crowd is entertained and enjoying themselves, they'll be back. But for a game like tomorrow night, if we can pull off like you said tonight, it'll be incredible tomorrow night.
And for a Friday night, Jody, the biggest thing that rounds out the end of November, 1st of December, as soon as they wrap up that high school football and coming in, and, you know, the crowd tonight, really good crowd for a Friday night, just under 3,500, 3,468 was the number that I got. This is back going towards the end of the second period. But everybody coming in, and it sets the stage for tomorrow night being a huge Saturday night game for the Bulls and for Macon.
Some people, I mean, if you're from the South, you understand what I'm about to say, but until college football season is concluded, you know, that's king in the South, not the NFL. The NFL is a sideshow compared to what college football is in the South. And with Alabama, you know, still in the college football playoff playing Indiana coming up, you know, that's still first and foremost in everybody else's mind. But Birmingham gets this win tonight. Find a way to have something cooking good tomorrow night, and that changes the narrative a little bit. It gets more interesting, and that for a reason. You'll have players giving their all as well as the fans giving their all, and that's what's happening right now. And this third period coming up, this just feels big. We'll find out what happens, but still, Musatelli and Boyko playing well tonight. I still say both of them haven't had a really good scoring opportunity on them. We have had a couple of posts, but it's not like we've seen them each goalie make 3 breakaway saves.
Right.
It's kind of been close, tight, and they've seen pucks. I just get the feeling that there's going to be a deflection somewhere, a garbage, a greasy goal that's going to just set this off.
It's going to be one of those goals, Jody, that you got bodies in front, a shot rips in off the point, it's going to go off the back wall, find its way to the front of the net, and then it's just going to boil down to who wants to dig it out and put it in the cage.
Well, crowd trying to get things going. We're about 30 seconds away from face-off here. It's not an overtime game in the playoffs where you pick a game winner, but how do you feel about it now? If you had to pick a player to get that first goal, who are you picking?
I'm going to go with Kennedy with insurance marker by C.J. Walker.
I don't know why, but I have a feeling I just get this weird. Sadowski, I think, is going to get a goal from the point. I think he's going to smack one in from the blue line. I may be wrong, but I just get this feeling. But then again, Macon's here to play hockey too. They're going to do everything they can to put 3 or 4 in Birmingham's net.
Guaranteed.
So this should be fun. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be a battle for 20 minutes. Connor May, along with Soretsky on the draw. Puck is dropped and we're underway. Comes out of that face-off circle. Finally, Macon plays it. That's Parker Allison ahead to May. May taps one in off the far boards. Jumps over Lazarus' cable stick, played by Macon, and out. Look out, Kennedy has a chance. He'll pick the puck up at the Macon blue line. Drops it back for Kent, takes the shot. Save made into the midsection of Boyko. Soretsky was there, but just about 6 inches behind the play, or he could have had a chance at a deflection.
And you talked about what's going to create the opportunities, Jody. It's just going to be an errant mistake or a bad pass. That's what Macon had at the blue line. Overshot their defenseman, came out. Kennedy gobbled it up and was down. That's the first scoring opportunity of the period by the Bulls.
Kent, Soretsky, and Kennedy out for Birmingham in front with Gagnon and Scott defensively. Off the draw, Witherspoon wins it, gets it back to Caleb Huffman. Huffman had the puck taken away by Kent. Look out. Timmy Kent and Huffman still fighting for it. Comes free, Macon will have it. Justin Kelly with the puck. Long cross-ice pass off the mark. Gagnon picks the loose puck up for Birmingham. He'll circle back in his own zone. Sets it up far side nicely. Taken away, though, by Hayden Ford. He had Kent there, but Ford intercepts. Drops it back. In front, Ford was there. That was deflected wide. Puck along the far board. Soretsky turns his back. Sends it down into the Macon zone. Wood will pick it up first for Birmingham. Nowhere to go. Centers one in front. Nick Deneen there intercepts. Kip Ledzianko tries to take it away. It's loose in the Macon zone. Witherspoon has it. Wood fighting hard to get possession of the puck. Now Kip Ledzianko as well. The puck comes free along the near board, skated out by Deneen. Miklaklos was there. Sinclair takes it away out of the reach of Wood. Puck goes far side. Pereira was there for Macon. Now it's loose. Kip Ledzianko just sent a shot in to keep it inside the Macon zone. Puck comes free now into center ice where it's played by the Bulls. Youngworth gets it ahead. Look out. Sadowski has it. Sadowski couldn't get away from Bartuccio Pereira. What a nice play defensively. Laid out prone on the ice. Nowhere to go with the puck. Now Macon has it. Nick Deneen gets it ahead for Miklaklos out of the reach of Cohen, who was there in the slot. Now it's played along the near boards. Calgian with the shot. Stick save made by Musatelli. Birmingham clears back into center ice. 3-on-3. Puck is sent into the corner. Bounces out in front. Goldowski was there, though. And he'll set it up near side for Cohen. The captain of Macon has it. Tries to chip it away. Gronick is there along with Scott, but it does come free. Glover puts it right back in. Skating away with it now, Macon. Now a whistle goes. We're going to have an interference call. I believe this one's coming on. Well, I don't know. I guess it's going to be on Macon.
Yep.
As Herrera goes into the box.
He didn't like that call.
No, and I'll be honest, I didn't see what happened, Greg. I was watching the puck, but here's the call.
2 minutes for interference. Number 14, Michael Herrera, 2 minutes. for interference.
This will be the Birmingham Bulls' third power play of the night.
Of the third period.
17:32 to go in the third period. And Greg, I know I said it before and I'll say it again. Birmingham better enjoy this last power play because I know where the next whistle's coming from.
Right.
You need to convert here. Face off in the Macon zone. Bulls control. Cable has it for Kennedy. Back to Lazarus Cable. Return for Kennedy. Thought about a one-timer, held on to it. Now Cable takes a one-timer, knocked down by Cohen. Birmingham keeps possession. Now that puck bounces up off the glass. Huffman is there, tried to get it away from Macon. Kent, nice play back to Cable. Far side, Kennedy. Gronick cruising in front. Lazarus Cable with the puck for Timmy Kent. All play, though, on the perimeter right now. Nothing in front. Zaretsky in front. Had Gronick there. He couldn't get the stick on the deflection. Back at the point, Cable has it. Cable takes the shot. Knocked down by Ford. Kennedy has the rebound. Back to Cable. Near side, Timmy Kent. Kent all the way back to the blue line. Tried to get it in deep. Stepping into the play, though, was Huffman, and Macon will clear down the ice.
Yeah, one of those, Jody, where the forwards are in front of the net and Cable with the puck at the blue line. He wants to keep those down about waist high or better.
Cable with the puck now. He'll skate through center ice. Under a minute to go in the Bulls' power play. Lazarus Cable. Look out, his pass was knocked down by Witherspoon. Birmingham has to hustle back to get it, and that's C.J. Walker. Now a penalty coming up on Birmingham. Interference will be the call on Lazarus Cable as he took down Witherspoon, and we knew it was coming. I just didn't know it'd kill the power play for Birmingham.
Well, one of those things, Jody. We're coming across that blue line. You talk about that transition zone once again between the blue line and the top of the circles. You know what? All your success is coming down low, getting the puck, making. There's one for the. But making the Mayhem run around down low, getting it up top for the shot, and that stuff coming across here, you know, all the way across into the middle. It just takes a good stick play, which Macon had to kill that drive for the Bulls.
So we're 4-on-4 hockey for another 42 seconds. Unless another call is made, Macon will be on the power play after that 42 seconds expires. Face off in the Bull zone. Kipledzianko had it. Connor May takes it away. He's watched by Scahill, skate behind the Bulls' net. Circles far side, Scahill all over him. May comes back down low. Walks out in front, loose puck through the crease. Nobody could get their stick on the puck. Played by Macon, far side. Scahill will try and catch up with it first. He does. Kipledzianko chips it back into center ice. Birmingham clears. Now Macon may hold on to this puck here as there's only 13 seconds of penalty time remaining on Herrera. As they'll bring it into the zone, that's Krupinski. He had it lost, picked up by Kipledzianko. Macon is now out at 5-on-4. They're on a power play. Glover brings it in, 1-on-4. Drake Glover still manages the shot, save made by Boyko, and he'll play it for his defense. Connor May has it. A minute to go on this power play for Macon. He's hounded there by Glover, and they drop it back to no one, and it comes all the way back down deep behind the goal line in the Macon zone. Pereira with it. Watched by Walker, who drops it back. Krupinski picks it up. Off the board.
Icing.
It'll come down, and that's icing as Zaretsky touches it, picks it up. Macon having a little trouble getting this one set up, Greg.
Well, one of those things, we're on the kill, Jody. The Bulls are doing a good job keeping all their players above the blue line, forcing Macon to try and make a pass before they get to the red line, and that's what you saw there, is just they had no options. Too hot to handle. It goes all the way down the ice. It's going to go back down for Macon. And interestingly enough, Jody, this is a second time that these teams have met this season, but the second game of 9 remaining, is that what's left on the schedule?
Second of 9. The first game was played back at the first of the year, back in October, I think October 24th. Macon won in a shootout.
Yep.
And I believe Boyko was the goalie back. No, it was Bailey Birkin was the goalie back then, but Musatelli was in the net for Birmingham. So these teams will see a lot of each other. The next time they see each other will be for a pair of games in Macon in the middle of January.
Which makes this weekend even more imperative for both teams to get that leg up on the opposition.
14:57 to go, third period, no score. Macon on the power play. Out of the reach of Goldowski, Gagnon has it, and he puts it right back into the Macon zone. They'll try it again. Pereira with the puck, circles back in front of his netminder, gets away from Soretsky. Drops it back for Witherspoon. Brings it into the Bull zone. Couldn't get past Youngworth. Loose puck just inside the Birmingham blue line, played deep. Macon has possession. Back at the point for Ford. Ford off the boards looking for a pass. Youngworth intercepts and clears it down the ice. 10 seconds to go in the power play for Macon. Boyko plays at the length of the ice. Nice pass ahead for Goldowski. Drops it for Witherspoon. Takes the shot, deflected by the Bulls in the corner. Birmingham killed the penalty and back at full strength. But the puck is in their zone. Played behind the net. Ibarra takes a hit from Scott. Puck played along the far boards. Birmingham Sadowski has it. He'll try and get away and clear this puck for Birmingham. He does. Kipledzianko couldn't connect with Wood. Now it's loose at center ice. Played by the Bulls. Sinclair gets away from Cohen. Sinclair takes a shot. Stick save made by Boyko. Puck hops in the air. Kipledzianko tries to keep it alive. It comes back for Sadowski. In front, his shot deflected just wide. Behind the net, loose puck picked up by Wood. He comes right out in front. Ford deflects that one into the corner. He blocked the shot nicely. Puck along the far boards, played by Sadowski. Cohen as well. Kipledzianko as well. Matt Wood takes it away. In front, save made as he got away from Allison. Stick save made by Boyko. Kipledzianko has it. His shot was knocked down, and I believe that's Parker Allison down on the play.
That one hit him right in the chin, Jody.
That shot hit him up high. I don't know exactly where. I do not see any bleeding. That doesn't mean there isn't any, but he went down hard as the trainer comes out on the ice to tend to him, but that puck got up high. And they're going to take him straight to the locker room. I guess I don't see any blood stains on the ice, but the shovel is coming out, and he's going to the locker room with a towel wrapped around him. He's a tough kid. I'll never forget the time I saw Jeremy Roenick break a jaw in the first period and played hockey in the second period. Hockey players are a different breed, but that one for Parker Allison. He's a good kid, nice guy. I hate to see that from anybody, but that had to hurt.
Definitely. And just that shot came up. Hopefully it caught him underneath the chin, Jody, and the other hopefully is he had a mouth guard in, because that was definitely, there was no stick, that was all puck.
Well, for a while, I thought it got him in the neck, the shot did, but I did see him hold the towel to his mouth area, his chin area, like you say, so that's a good thing, believe it or not. All right, we're back to action. Caleb Huffman picks the draw up, and skating away is Macon. Connor May tips it into the Bull zone, played by Musatelli. Look out. That was deflected, almost came right back out in front to an empty net. Birmingham has it. Back through center ice, it's played by Gronick. Zimmer with him. He gets a pass to Krupinski. Zimmer catches up with it. Sends it in front, knocked away by Huffman. Puck loose behind the net and the goal line, picked up by Michael Krupinski, and he'll skate through center ice. 12.5 to go, third period, no score. Last Cable has it for Birmingham. Off the boards, looking for Glover. Bounces off his stick. Cable will pick it up behind his own net and try it again. He'll drop it near side for Doug Scott through center ice. Off the stick of Soretsky. Boyko out of his net, plays it himself off the boards. Kennedy was there. Boyko goes down. Back in the net, though. He got fortunate there. Birmingham has the puck on their stick. That's a goal. Now puck is loose. Played by Gagnon in front. Knocked down in front by Pereira. Kennedy and Bartuccio Pereira. Now the sticks get up between Kent and Pereira, but the whistle blows as that puck went out of bounds, or out of the end of the netting. That was a weird one, Greg. Boyko just loses his footing and goes down, and nobody was there except for Macon. That's the chance Birmingham, we may be thinking about that one.
Well, and you talk about what the fans are looking for here, Jody. You mentioned it before, a little bit of rough stuff. They want to see that, but that's few and far between here, where the Bulls are the least penalized team in the league with 230 minutes, which is good on one hand because you're not giving up a lot of penalty killing, but there's also not going to be many fisticuffs thrown tonight.
Off the draw, Macon controls. Knocked down by Timmy Kent. Welch played it. He lost it. Birmingham sends it right back in, and icing will be called on the Bulls. 11:50 to go here in this third period of play. Still no score.
Well, Timmy Kent's a guy you want on the ice, Jody, here as we approach the midpoint. 11 minutes, 50 seconds here to go in the third period, because Kent with 9 goals and 10 assists, he leads the Bulls in all scoring, is 7th overall in the league.
Kent, of course, coming over from Fayetteville in the trade for Shane Murphy. Ford takes the puck off the draw, centers one in front. Right there on the spot was Ibarra. His shot goes wide. He has an excellent chance then. He got his own rebound, sends it behind the net. Played by Ford. He lost it to Cable, and Cable gets it ahead to Kennedy, who chips it out. Timmy Kent has lost control of the puck, so he had no choice but just to spin it in and shoot it deep. Played by Macon around the near side. Ibarra chips it behind the net. They'll try it again. Huffman sets it up far side, played by Kelly and out. Youngworth there first, gets it ahead to Sinclair, who sends it right back in. Near side is played by Allison, who's back on the ice. He plays it in deep. Sadowski sends it far side. Picked up there by Birmingham, lost it. Youngworth picks it up again, and he'll send it out. Walker is there. Played by Allison, though, back to center ice. For Welch, sets it up far side. There's a shot, goes wide off the stick of Keljean. Played back into the Macon zone as it bounces all the way down. Pereira has it. We're 10.5 to go. Still no score here in the third period of play. Now it's knocked down by Scahill. Gets it ahead to C.J. Walker. 2 men back. Walker had it poked away from him by Pereira, but still has control of the puck. Walker steps away. Now it's taken away from him by Cohen, and Cohen will clear it back into center ice. Dodge a check by Scott. Walker will pick it up for Birmingham. Ahead to Kip Ledzianko. Has Glover with him. 3 men back. Kip Ledzianko gets past one. Can't get past the other. He'll send it around near side. Play back at the point for Scott. All the way around the boards. Bulls keep it alive. There's a deflection in front by Wood. Save is made. Rebound in that far corner. Wood had it. Taken away from him by Pereira. Cohen with a dangerous pass there.
Backhander.
Backhanded through the slot. Goldowski has it. He tries to get around Scott. He couldn't do it. Nice play by Scott to keep his advantage. Play the man, not the puck. Along the far boards, Connor May backhands one in deep. It was looking far side. Couldn't connect. Birmingham had a chance, but Deneen takes it away. Now that puck sent right in on Musatelli. He plays it, drops it for Cable, back behind the net for Scahill. Off the boards, it comes all the way down the ice. Not going to be icing as Huffman plays it. Caleb Huffman drops it back for Ford. Hayden Ford now through center ice has May. May couldn't get past Jordan Gagnon. Puck slides into the corner, tied up there along with Soretsky. Cup comes free. There's Connor May with a shot. His shot is deflected by Gagnon. Now a big hit along the far boards. Gronick goes down. He hit Huffman. Takes the worst end of it. There's a shot in front, deflected. Save made by Musatelli. Putting the pressure on now Macon. Allison's shot is blocked by Zimmer, and they'll have to retreat out of the Birmingham zone. 8.5 to go here in the third period. Things getting tense.
Yep.
Now Gagnon has it. Whips one, slap shot basically around the boards and out. Look out, Timmy Kent has it. Puts the brakes on. Kent still fought for. Welch took it away. Kent loses it, and it comes near side. Krupinski ahead through center ice, sent in by Cohen. Youngworth has to get in after it first. He does. Whips it around the far boards. Played by Birmingham. Ahead to Sinclair. Kennedy with him. Sinclair opts just to dump it in. Bartuccio Pereira with the puck. Nice backhand through center ice. Sinclair on him, on McClocklos, causes the puck to be turned over and sent right back into the Macon zone, but an icing will be called on Birmingham with 7:50 to go here in the third period of play, Greg. No score. Macon out shooting Birmingham 34-20 thus far in this game.
Well, that's one of those things there, Jody. I really like how the Bulls, outside of Cable with his cross-ice pass there at the blue line on that power play. But ever since then, they've been doing a really great job getting the puck deep and making the Mayhem skate and turn and go get it and looking to intercept a puck, because that's what you're trying to do. Give them the puck down low, let them cough one up. You saw the little backhander. That's times 2 negative on my scale of what you never want to do in hockey. There's no backhands unless you're on a breakaway, and even then I don't like a backhander. But you never move the puck into your slot when you're in your defensive zone either. So Cohen got away with one there, but even Kent, good job there on the dump. It will cost him an icing. However, that media timeout makes up for it because the Bulls were not allowed to change on that icing call.
Face-off in the Bull zone. McGregor Sinclair will be out with Connor Witherspoon from Macon.
Still no score here in the third period. 7:50 to go.
Off the draw, they'll stop it. Whistle goes. They'll do it again. Someone moved prematurely. I think it was Justin Kelly. But
yeah, I don't think they were ever set.
Well, they're going to toss Connor Witherspoon, so Kelly will come in his place. Puck dropped, still losing that face-off circle. Kennedy has it for Birmingham, and I think he sent that into his own bench. So we'll try it again.
And Jody, looking at the ice, I think it looks like they got the lights fixed.
Well, I was going to talk about that, and then we got into a hockey game.
Wow.
Michael Bell, along with Kurt Dinga, knew there was a problem with the ice here, not the ice, the lighting. And the lighting was subpar, to say the least. They got a situation where they're warranted, the other lights were, they'll replace them, but for the meantime, they've got some temporary lighting in place. Now you actually can see wide ice. Look out! That puck was sliding right through the crease behind Musatelli. Glover, I believe, cleared it, and Birmingham skates away. As I'm talking about lighting, Macon almost scores. Birmingham brings it right back in. Glover was in front, or Karan was in front, couldn't get him the puck. It slides along the far boards. Played by Macon's Kelly and out. That was close, Greg.
Oh, 100%. Right there again on the goal line, Jody. Musatelli stood up for the task, scrambled, and kept that puck out.
Now Glover has it through center ice. He'll dump one into the far corner, giving chase is Karan. Huffman catches up with it first. Couldn't get it out. Skahill keeps it alive for Soretsky. He bumps into Kip Ledzianko, and Macon takes the puck away. Caleb Huffman had it poked away from him by Kip. Ford absorbs the hit from Ledzianko. Now the puck is loosed inside the Macon blue line. They'll set it up far side. Goldowski has it. Soretsky on him. He drops it back for Huffman. Around the near side, tried to return it to Goldowski. Puck is loose, cleared by Macon. Here comes Connor May. Nice play, taken away here in by Scott. Drop pass back to Matt Wood. Allison on him. Matt Wood can't get around Allison, goes down. Tries to maintain possession. There's a centering pass, Soretsky, and a save made by Boyko. Loose puck now cleared by Macon, and Scott will go get it for Birmingham.
I'll tell you what, Jody, Wood on the outside there, he's really got a rising wrister. If he could have got that one off, that could have been trouble for Boyko.
Now Sinclair takes it far side, brings it into the Macon zone. Has Zimmer skating in front. Sinclair's shot stick to side by Boyko, and Goldowski clears it to center ice. Connor May takes the puck away from Cable. Now it's loose at that center ice stripe. May loses his stick. He's trying to control the play. Puck comes free to Sinclair. Drops it back to Zimmer. Stick save made by Boyko. Cohen picks the puck up for Macon. Off the boards far side. Look out. Herrera goes down off the Cable check. He's screaming about a penalty there. I don't know what it could be for unless it was kneeing. But the puck comes back into the Macon zone, and Pereira touches up. Icing is a call on Birmingham. Now the linesman coming over to the Bulls bench. He wants Zimmer back out on the ice because of the icing. But Pereira wanting an explanation as to why that wasn't a penalty that was called. And I understand his frustration, but I don't know that it was knee. It just looked to be so.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, where I thought the refs did a really good job, and especially in the first period where they let the guys play. It was a wide open game. You know what? There's a lot of contact, a lot on the line here. And it's the same thing here. I think you're going to have a major infraction to get one called against you.
5.5 to go on the draw. Macon has it. Evan Beers with it. He takes the shot from just inside the blue line, never made it through. Puck line loose along the near boards. Cohen sets it up deep. Gagnon has it, gives it to Cable. Cohen Gagnon takes a big hit there from McLaughlin. Birmingham's Cable brings it in, and they'll call it offside on the play. with 5:12 to go here in the third period. You get the sense Macon really wants some retribution for that no call or that penalty. They're playing it a little differently. They know they can't be crazy or they'll give up an opportunity to lose the game.
Well,
but I can tell they're sensing, they're wanting some retribution at some point.
Keep your eyes on McLaughlin's here, Jody. He's out there like a man possessed. So we'll see what he brings.
Youngworth sends the puck in the zone. He gets past Boyko along the near board. Kennedy takes a hit there from McLaughlin's, who goes down. Puck lie loose behind the Macon net, sent to the near side. Sadowski tries to keep it in, he does. Kent picks the puck, takes the shot, save made, rebound lie loose, goes to the far boards now. Soretsky takes his man out of the way. That was Ford, now it's down low to Timmy Kent, has Soretsky in front. Banks one off the boards for Sadowski. Sadowski's shot hit Soretsky, and it goes behind the net. Look out, Kennedy wraparound, it was there, and he couldn't get the puck past Boyko. Now, puck comes loose, Kennedy has it, back for Sadowski. Things picking up here, Youngworth has it. Plays it down low for Kent. Timmy Kent back to Sadowski through the slot. Save, never really got through. Caljean blocks the shot. And back the other way, McLaughlin's puts it back into the Bull zone.
But you can feel it, Jody. Just when you get that puck around, everybody's scampering. A lot on the line here. Everybody's giving it 100%.
Now the puck at center ice. C.J. Walker had it taken away. Ibarra sets it up for Kelly. Brings it into the Bull zone. Gets around Youngworth. Tried to shovel it in front. Couldn't do it. But still maintains the puck. Kelly sends it out in front looking for Ibarra. He's tied up. Look out by Youngworth. It's loose along the near board. Sinclair tries to get there first from Krupinski. It's still loose into the corner. Both teams fighting for possession in front. Witherspoon is there. Turn, spins. Fatman goes wide. Now the loose puck along the near boards. Birmingham can't get it out. Witherspoon has it. There's a shot taken by Kelly, deflected. There's a centering pass, and Musatelli says enough of this, and he just jumps on the puck. That had the smell of what we've seen from Birmingham all year long, a loose puck in the crease and no one being able to clear it. Musatelli took control.
Well, it's the same thing at both ends, Jody. You can see in the defensive zone, both teams just struggling to get that puck out and maintain possession to clear their zone cleanly and make a transition the other way. At first it was Macon down there. The Bulls had 2 or 3 big opportunities, Macon running around, and then there it was the same thing. Those shots from the point, they can't get direct shots on net. They're banking them off the back wall, just trying to feather that puck and let it die in front and hoping somebody can get there. But to the Bulls' credit, Musatelli saw that one, gobbled it up, and did the right thing there and slow this one down. 3:29 to go.
Have you ever been in when you were playing goalie in a situation where both goalies did not want the next goal to be put in on them? You look up at the scoreboard and you know that the next one could win it. Have you ever been in a situation where you were there? What goes through your mind when you look up at the scoreboard and see no score this late in the game?
Well, on one hand, you're thinking, hey, we're doing a great job defensively. And then on the other hand, you're like, all right, we're not going to get through the whole night in a 0-0 game. Those days are beyond us. So you just want to you just take it second by second, shift by shift.
Off the draw, played by Birmingham. Scott banks one off the boards into center ice. Picked up by Glover, one man back. Glover's shot blocked, and a nice block itself by, I believe that's Pereira. It was. Now a loose puck. Connor May tips it far side, ahead for Goldowski. Look out, Scott back, cuts him off. So Goldowski slides it in behind the net. Scahill plays it first. Gronick ahead for Zimmer, looking for Glover. Tried that home run pass, knocked down by Deneen, and he'll put it back into the Bull zone. Under 3 minutes to go here in this third period. Still no score. Zimmer had the puck, but cut off by Pereira. Boyko plays it. Back behind the net now, Deneen has it ahead for Bartuccio Pereira. Ledzianko had it for a moment, but it's taken away from him, and Macon will clear. Connor May through center ice. Picked up by Gagnon as this pass got past everyone. Lazarus Cable ahead for Soretsky. They tried to hook up with Kip Ledzianko, but Macon smelled that coming a mile away. Now Soretsky shovels it behind the net. Loose there, picked up by Macon. They'll slide it around near side. Gagnon pitching in from the point, leaves his position. Huffman Tried to set it up for Keljean. That goes past everyone, and icing is called on the play with 2:11 to go here in the third. No score. Now, Greg, I like to see defensemen jump up and get involved.
I knew it was coming. Knew you were going to say something there, Jody. I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
There's a difference between pinching and finding yourself or getting did down there below the hash marks on the pinch. That's pretty aggressive, but
you can't tell me that Craig Simchuk looked up at the scoreboard and saw that and was happy.
Right.
You can't tell me that.
That's where I'm just happy that it was an icing, Jody. So
yeah. All right, face-off in the Macon zone. Puck is dropped. Cohen controls it, well, Macon does, and they'll send it back to center ice. Back into the Bull zone. Puck bounces for Youngworth. Welch on him, so he'll slide it near side for Sadovsky. Sadovsky for Kent, intercepted by Ford. Knocked away from him. Youngworth picks it up. Kennedy tried to get it to Sinclair. It bounced off his stick. Keljean puts it back into the Bull zone. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third period. McGregor Sinclair on the far wall. Backhands one off of it. Now it's loose at center ice. Picked up by Alex Cohen. Look out, the captain gets past one. Just inside the Bulls' blue line. Sends it for Kelly. Gets around another through the slot. Back at point, a shot taken wide of the net. Krupinski got the rebound. That shot goes wide. Under a minute and a half to go. Pressure on. Stick save made by Musatelli from Krupinski. Now the puck is loose along the far boards. Still loose, picked up by Birmingham, but could not get it out. Finally they do. And it's picked up by Witherspoon. He takes a big hit from Sinclair and goes down. Picked up by Timmy Kent. Shot save made. And Boyko thought about playing it, but decided just to hold on to it. Now Macon did not like or appreciate that last hit from McGregor Sinclair. I know we're late in this game, but that wasn't good as far as Macon is concerned.
Jody, that was the best neutral zone play in Birmingham Bulls hockey I've seen this season. And going back to the old school, every time you brought the puck into the neutral zone, you were going to get hit just like that.
You have to keep your head up.
Exactly.
But if a hit is delivered, you can't blame the guy who's doing the hit. That's what he's there for. That's his job. A minute to go here in the third period. Face-off in the Macon zone. Zimmer on the draw for Birmingham. Witherspoon for Macon, controlled by the Bulls. Scott plays it in deep behind the net. Walker had it bounce over his stick. Far corner. Walker trying to catch up with it. It's loose. Played by Zimmer. Zimmer tried to chip it out in front. Couldn't do it. Witherspoon picks it up. Gives it far side for Ibarra, and they'll clear through center ice. Huffman avoids the check. Scahill comes right in on Musatelli. Backhands one away, but look out, Macon has it. Behind the net, Huffman has it. He's a big, tall defenseman playing down low. They're going to put him right in front of Musatelli. Puck played along the near side. Doug Scott had it chipped away from him. Drake Glover has it. Gets it up to Zimmer. Zimmer will clear the zone. Walker has it. He backhands one in deep. Birmingham will change lines. We're down to 15 seconds to go. Krupinski picks it up. Maybe one last time for a rush for Macon. Krupinski couldn't get it past Cable. Lazarus Cable lost it. Look out. Down low. And in front, Krupinski was there. Couldn't get it in. There's a shot by Allison. Blocked and sent deflected wide. And Greg, it's been a long time since I've watched 60 minutes of hockey and saw 0 goals. But that's what we got here. Through 3 periods of play, we're going to overtime, 3-on-3, tied at 0-0. Unbelievable.
Wow. Musatelli, Jody, held in there, standing strong for the Bulls. And you talk about this kid coming in his rookie season. And unbelievable job tonight. And, you know, down in Macon's end, it was really the same thing. Boyko had a couple of big saves, especially down in the second period. That big glove save is one to remember.
Yeah.
And like I said, both teams have had their fair opportunities, a couple of goal posts, couple of goal line scrambles. And nonetheless, here we are once again, Jody, with this regular season, whatever you want to call it, but with the third win in as many games for both teams on the line here. This is a huge point.
The problem, Greg, is this. We're now into overtime, which means both teams are going to get something, a point for it. And that's the last thing I wanted to happen tonight, is Macon to pick up any points in this, much less a gift. Oh, here, you lost? Fine, take this point with you.
Well, that's one way to look at it, Jody. The other thing, that I think is more important to look at is neither of these teams are in 8th spot. So the good
No.
news is Quad City will be one to keep an eye on here.
I know that extra point they give is something that's here to stay. It's never going away. But it just doesn't seem right to get rewarded for, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me.
I hear you. But you know what's interesting, and in some leagues you see it, where they do the 3 points for a regulation win.
Yep. And I have no problem with that, to be honest with you. At least you get something for a win off the draw. Here we go, 3-on-3 hockey for 5 minutes. Last time this happened, the Bulls scored 9 seconds into overtime and won the game. Macon will bring it in the Bull zone. Alex Cohen has it. He takes a shot deflected by Sadowski out of play, and we'll have a face-off in the Birmingham zone. 4:40 to go here in overtime.
Good job by Sadowski there to finally hit the brakes, Jody, and step up. And that's one thing as a goalie where guys get tentative, and you kind of saw it on both ends there at the end of the third period where, you know, everybody just wanted to stay in position. They stopped their feet movement. But what happens is D sucked back closer to the goalie, and I hated that when I was in net because it just created opportunities for screens.
Yeah. Well, big draw here in the Bull zone. Sinclair on it. He wins it. Birmingham has possession. You don't want to give the puck away in your own zone, and a loss on that draw would have done so. Kip Ledzianko has it. Ledzianko drops it near side for Sinclair. Witherspoon watches him. Sinclair gives it to Ledzianko into the Macon zone near face-off circle. There's a one-timer by Sinclair. Save made by Boyko. Ibarra has the puck for Macon. 2 men back for Birmingham. He puts the brakes on, gives it to the trailer. Look out. Here comes Witherspoon. Couldn't get it past Sadowski, but holds onto the puck. Tries to come out in front. It's loose. Picked up by Kip Ledzianko. The other way. Here comes C.J. Walker with Ledzianko with him. Walker tries to get past Ford. He did, but it was far too deep and couldn't get the shot off. Nor a centering pass. Macon has the puck at center ice. Witherspoon gives it to Herrera. He drops it back to Caleb Huffman. Huffman drops it for Goldowski just at the top of the face-off circle. Soretsky goes down. Goldowski has it. Takes the shot, goes wide. Rebound is there off the side of the net from Caleb Huffman. Now another Bull. Gagnon goes down on the play. Macon with control in the Bull zone. Goldowski has it. Knocked away from him by Glover. Now it's loose on the boards, picked up by Herrera. Herrera's pass knocked down by Gagnon. Goldowski picks it up. There's a pass far side off the post. Krupinski was cruising. Musatelli may have got a piece of it, but that hit the side of the post.
Soretsky caught puck watcher there, Jody.
Here comes Drake Glover. Sets it up far side for Soretsky in the Macon zone. Tried to get it for Scahill, easily knocked down by Krupinski. Look out, 2-on-1. Krupinski has it in front for Herrera, knocked down by Birmingham. 2-on-1 the other way if we hustle. Here comes Kennedy. Taking his time, Kennedy in front for Soretsky. Kennedy has it, loose puck in the slot, tipped away by Macon. They'll come down 2-on-1 the other way. Up and down into an action. There's Connor May, centers a pass, still loose in the slot. Kennedy picks it up, sets it up far side. Here comes Birmingham. They'll try and calm things down. Kennedy has it. The whistle blows over and back, so a face-off comes in the Birmingham zone. Kent had possession of the puck in the neutral zone, and he crossed his own blue line defensively, and that means face-off back in your zone.
I get that call, Jody, but to me it's kind of like a completion in football where did Kent really have possession of that puck? Because to me, he never really had possession. It kind of hit his stick and moved forward. And
it's got to be called. I like the rule because you get one team just hold the puck for the entire 5 minutes if you don't have something. Off the draw, Macon has it. Look out. Ford gives it to Calgene. Holds on to the puck near side. Comes back to the blue line. Drops it back just inside the blue line for Cohen. Cuts through the slot. Takes the shot, save made, rebound is loose. That one fooled Musatelli, but he made the stop. Birmingham has the rebound, Timmy Kent. Youngworth calling for a replacement. He gets it in Sadowski. Kent crosses that Macon blue line. He'll come back out. At center ice, Birmingham has possession. That's Sinclair. Gets away from one man, brings it in. Sinclair Couldn't get the shot off. He circles behind the net. Centers one in front for Kent. Get past everyone, and Macon comes the other way. Hiljean has it. Sadowski takes his man out. There's a penalty coming up. This one's going to be on Macon. Sinclair has the puck, 2-on-1. Sinclair takes a shot. Save made by Boyko. Sinclair has his own rebound. Delayed penalty call on Macon. Sinclair has it in front. Lezianko shot save made. Rebound lie loose along the far boards, and as Macon touches it with 1:17 to go, Birmingham will have an abbreviated power play, and they'll be up with a 4-on-3 man advantage as Cohen not arguing, going to the penalty box as he's taken out for tripping. Birmingham's 4th power play of the night, albeit a short one. 0 for 3 thus far.
And once again, Jody, this is one of those things where you want to be aggressive and sure-footed, for lack of a better term, here on this power play, because there is a lot of ice out there when it's 4-on-3.
Yeah, Macon, I believe, has called a timeout here to discuss all that as well. I don't know. You got a 4-on-3 advantage. Do you put any defenseman on the ice at all if you're Birmingham?
Yeah, your best offensive defenseman, I think.
So who are you going to put out if it's you? Gagnon, Sadowski,
well,
Scott?
Being that Scott has the
exactly.
power play, you know.
Most, if not, I believe 80% of Doug Scott's points this year came on the power play.
Yep.
So he is the specialist, and he is the one you want with the puck on his stick if possible. Macon comes out with Jake Godowski, Huffman, and Michael Krupinski. That's their 3 penalty killers, if you will. Birmingham counters with C.J. Walker, unbelievably coming in. First game of the year for Birmingham off of 2 hours sleep the night before. Sinclair, along with Glover and Kepledzianko. So there's your answer. There's no defenseman on the ice for Birmingham.
So if you're not going to have an offensive defenseman, Jody, you want to have your best forward snipers out there, and that's what Coach Simchuk is doing here. So we'll
trying
see how
to get
it
through
pays
this
off.
without going to the shootout, I'm sure. On the draw, puck line loose, sent behind the net. Boyko, look out of his net. Walker picks his pocket in front. No shot. There's a rebound in front. Glover saved. Rebound still loose. Kepledzianko's shot bounces off a player in front. Holy cow. How does that puck not go in the net, Greg? Lezianko with it. Plays it down low for Glover. Lezianko back to Glover in front. Walker was there. Tried a little backhanded backdoor play. Couldn't do it. 45 seconds. Kepledzianko fakes a slap shot. Sinclair's shot goes wide and out of play. Greg Boyko almost lost the game entirely for Macon on that. He got caught, tried to get aggressive out of his own net, lost the puck, but that puck laid right on the goal line.
Well, trying to make up for that extra man, Jody. The goalie came out, tried to get involved in the play, and he kind of handcuffed himself there. Good pressure by the Bulls, putting 2 men on the puck here down low.
Yeah.
And we'll see, 43 seconds to go, so the Bulls will be on the power play for the remainder of this time.
Glover on the draw for Birmingham. Witherspoon for Macon. Walker will be to his right, Sinclair to his left, and Kepledzianko will quarterback it from the blue line. Puck is dropped. Lie loose in that face-off circle. Still loose. Walker was there. He couldn't get a shot off as he was tied up by Parker Allison. Birmingham with possession, near board. Sinclair with it. Sets it back out for Lezianko. Sinclair with it. We're down to 30 seconds left in this overtime. Sinclair with the puck. Birmingham on a 4-on-3 man advantage. Sinclair holds on back to Glover. Far side, Kepledzianko return to Glover. Score! Greg Glover ends it for the Birmingham Bulls.
Saw that one coming, Jody. You saw the Bulls kept going with that one-timer from the left side, and Lezianko made the read. Boyko came across hard. He just pumped it back to Glover, and Glover buried it. Glove side on Boyko. There was no recovery chance there. And the Bulls again in overtime, Jody, for their 3rd win in as many outings. Big 2 points for the Bulls.
That one is huge.
Yep.
I would love to take that point away from Macon, but that's a huge win for the Birmingham Bulls.
Especially going into tomorrow night, Jody.
18.4 seconds remaining on the clock in overtime. Birmingham's Drake Glover wins it for the Bulls. But I will say this. Jacob Musatelli pitches a 44-shot shutout.
Yep.
That's your number one star of the game and probably has been the entire season. That's Musatelli's 6th win of the year, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Amen. One of those things, Jody, and you'll see it up here on the replay board. Glover.
He just whistled that one.
Yep. No chance there on Boyko. The Bulls set that up perfectly.
He and Ledzianko teamed up on that.
They did.
They're passing the puck back and forth together. Ledzianko with the last one whistled one, or just sent a nice saucer pass over to Glover, and he was waiting for it. He knew it was coming.
And now you're starting to see some things, you know what I mean, where, okay, Glover's in the lineup, gives you an extra piece to work with in the puzzle since his return. And now C.J. Walker out there looking good. So now it's like, okay, you've got 3 guys you could throw together on a top line. And who knows, Jody, it might be Walker, Ledzianko, and Glover coming out of the gate tomorrow.
Well, keep in mind, that win for Birmingham puts them in 9th place. Macon is now in 10th. But also remember, they still have 3 games in hand on the Birmingham Bulls. Now, what they do with those games in hand when they play them, that's another story. But what a win. What a much-needed win, a great win for the Bulls. They kept in this thing that was a tough, tough hockey game, Greg. I won't say it was physical because that's not really the way it was, but it was a mentally exhausting, tough hockey game for both teams.
Well, it was one of those things you call it. It was a chess match, Jody, right down to that final overtime where both teams just strategically playing different styles, but you could definitely tell neither team wanted to put themselves in a position going for offense in order to create an opportunity defensively that left them at risk.
I don't know what to expect tomorrow night, but I do know this. If I'm a hockey fan, if I'm a sports fan, I'm not missing this game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Both teams will come out like it's their last hurrah, but like it's their last time they'll ever see the ice. And Macon even more so than Birmingham because of the way they lost this game tonight. I have a feeling tomorrow night is going to be a much more physical game than it was tonight, but it's going to be the same type tense affair.
Well, and for the Bulls, Jody, tomorrow night will be the last game of the new year.
Yep.
Before the new year, where Macon, on the other hand, they will be at home New Year's Eve against Pensacola. So, as far as wrapping up 2025 goes, if you're a Bulls fan within 2.5 hours of Pelham, you want to be here tomorrow night for this one. Get your tickets early because it's going to be a good one.
There's already been, I forget how many, I want to say close to 25, I don't know. The building holds 4,000.
Yep.
And about 70% of it is already sold for tomorrow, 60%. So it won't hurt. I'm glad I've got my seat. You and me are guaranteed to be here. It's going to be a fun hockey game tomorrow night. It was fun tonight. It was tense. But nonetheless, we pulled it out, got that extra point over Macon, and put ourselves in 9th. Can I ask for one thing from the hockey gods?
What's that?
Can we please win tomorrow night in regulation?
Jody, as long as the Bulls win, I don't care if it's regulation, overtime, or shootout. I'll take 2 points tomorrow night.
Nice game. Nice to see that 3rd win in a row. Colton Olenek, his jersey's been auctioned. Colton was hurt in the game last week, and he sat out tonight. I'm not sure about tomorrow, but he was injured. His left leg, I believe, got injured in that game in Roanoke.
Well, he was on the bench. I noticed that, Jody, that he was on the bench tonight helping Coach Simchuk. So.
I think Phil Ledzianko was there as well. I know that Craig told me that he was really a big help on one of these past couple of games, making defensive partner or defensive pairing changes.
Sure.
So everybody, my point is chipping in. Everybody is doing their thing. Even if you can't be on the ice, they're doing what they can off the ice to help out.
That's part of the key, Jody. So whatever you did tonight, you want to rinse and repeat, and you want to come out tomorrow night and everybody do the same thing, wear the same socks, and wherever you stood, that's where you stand, and you come out and do it all over again.
Well, that was fun. I won't say it was a lot of fun because it was too tense, but we got that win and a much-needed one at that. So that'll do it. Final shots on goal, Macon with 44, Birmingham 34, but more importantly, final score, Birmingham 1, Macon nothing in overtime. So for Greg Dreveny, I'm Jody Cherneski. Please join us down here, everyone, tomorrow night. And if you can't, we'll be right here, same place, same time. Thanks for joining us, everyone. This is Birmingham Bulls Hockey.